Hello, everyone. Welcome to the E.G.O review. Oh, hold on. I seem to have forgotten something. That's right. There's supposed to be one extra. Where are they? Hold on. I'm getting a ring. Oh, I'm getting a Discord call. Oh, that's right. Kim Ji-hoon. Hold on. That's right, baby. We are back once more with the director of ProjectMoon to review Custom E.G.Os. Unfortunately, the director is he's can't mic up right now, but that is alright. He doesn't need a mic up. What we are here to do is we're here to review E.G.O. That's right. For anyone new here, or doesn't know what's going on, for the last week, we have, yes, he has let me borrow his, marker. We do have the green, marker for this one. For the last week, we have been running a custom E.G.O. event. There it is. And we are going to be reviewing them today. Yippee! Yippee! It's gonna be quite fantastic today. So, let's, And also, yes, we have some new music in the background. I think I'm just gonna run this music throughout the entire day because this music's really good. Not gonna lie to you. But if we get tired of the music, I will put on some different OSTs. Or Limbus OSTs. Okay. Guys, I think it's about time we get literally right into it. I am telling you all now. With the marker, there are 60... That is not a 6. 67 submissions. Okay? Do you want to know how many there were last time? There were 30 last time. We have literally doubled in terms of submissions. Now, there is a bonus. Okay? These are E.G.O. Not ID. Which means it should take us less time, theoretically, than this. Maybe. I don't really know. We'll have to wait and figure that out. But, you know, that's fine. That's what we're here for. I am going to do all 67 in one stream. That's right. All in one stream. I know it kind of teeters off to the... Hold on. It kind of teeters off to the side a little bit. Let me just... In one stream! That's right. We're doing everything in one stream, and we are not... Oh, that's the wrong brush. And we are not stopping until we get all 67 done. So, we're going to start right now. Do forgive me. I will not be showing you all the Google forum. Okay? You will not be able to see the Google forum. I am going to be reading from the Google forum. Why am I not showing it to you? Because it has private information on it. Well, not really, but that's too much of a hassle. So, the only thing that you guys are going to be seeing are the E.G.Os. So, let's start, shall we? We have... Let me get the first four. I'm gonna get the submissions up before, so... Aha! Okay. The first E.G.O that is going to be displayed. I have everyone who has DM'd me about updating stuff, I have put it in here. Hold on, it's a black screen on purpose. Aha! The first E.G.O is The Price of Silence Otis, the 13th Toll. And this will be the first E.G.O that we are discussing today. Now, Kim Ji-hoon, you're kind of blocking the image a little bit, buddy. Can you Hold on, I'm gonna move Kim Jo-hyun a little bit. He's gonna... There you go. There you go, much better. Okay, so... The first is from Yoshi. Okay, King Yoshi. This is an existing abnormality, obviously, guys. This is the price of silence. And the E.G.O's name is the 13th toll. Now, the description is as follows. Relevant information. I mainly had the 13th toll and silence abno pages in mind. Therefore, the focus of the E.G.O is speed shenanigans and percentage max HP damage. I've cross-referenced multiple numbers from Lei Heng and Papa Kahode, and it would be just about need a 20 roll to hit the max damage cap of 10% of their max HP after 13 turns of stacking the effect up. Small nod to the Scythe guys, copying the Librarian's resistances in the passives by letting Otis copy one Sin resistance until the end of the turn, if it's higher than our own. Well, also for the corrosion targeting, IDs that have retreated or have been resurrected would have their time on field reset to 0, and would be targeted last, alongside regular characters who have just entered the field this turn. So there's retreat synergy. We also have some quotes. We have an awakening quote, which is what flows cannot be stopped. I like that. That's cool. And corrosion. Quote, time is given to everyone evenly. Fate makes it unfair. Okay, I like this. Let's get right into this, shall we? So we have a WoW. 13 sanity. I like the, this is a little Otis. Otis with the price of silence. It's not, I like the, is that her watch with the price of silence on it? That's pretty cool. Let's have a read of the passive first. Start from the special effect. Okay, I'll start from the passive. So if this unit's speed is higher than the enemy, deal 5% extra damage per speed difference, max 25, beautiful. Once per turn, when an enemy skill would hit this character, copy the enemy's sin resistance to the corresponding skill if it is higher than this character's resistance. Up to 0.5 reverts the original value at the end. Okay, interesting. So it kind of turns them into a little bit of tank. We have the bell tolling. Okay. This effect starts at 0 stacks and is reset back to 0 if spent on a skill. Gain stack divided by 4 min-max speed. Okay. At 6 stacks and on an even number of stacks, gain plus coin boost on start. Got it? At 6 stacks and on odd number, inflict 2 rupture on hit with this unit's skills. Okay, okay. So it's a rupture. Rupture. At 12 stacks on an unopposed or speed advantage skill, use or on the 13th toll, E.G.O usage, consume all stacks to gain 4 final power. Base if using the E.G.O. And deal coin roll divided by 2 if using the E.G.O on the target is 10 plus level higher percent of the target's max HP damage, which was noted as 20. Max enemy level times 3, 5 if the target has no allies on hit. Turn and increase stack by 1 if at 12 stacks lose 20 SP and reset the stack to 0. Okay, so TLDR. You want to balance your stack usage? Okay. It is a WoW. This is a WoW. You have Awakening. It is a 13-13, 26 Awakening. All right. Pride / coin power for every the bell tolling. Ooh. It's a lot of coin power. Holy shit. Before use, gain attack weight for every 4 bell tolling, which is max of 3. If this character does not have the bell tolling, gain the bell tolling. Got it. Lose 13 SP for the next 3 turns. Gain 5 haste on next turn. Got it, got it. Inflict bind next turn. If the skills consume the bell tolling, inflict bind equal to the enemy's natural speed roll this turn. Ooh. That's pretty nice. I like that. I don't think we've seen that affecting the natural speed roll, so I'm going to give it a plus there. Level 0. I don't think this is irrelevant, I believe, for E.G.Os, so don't worry about that. A heads hit. Inflict rupture equal to 6 plus the bell tolling on self at the start of this turn. A lot of rupture. Damn. After attack, if the enemy rolls -1 speed, next turn inflict attack power and paralyze. Okay. So it's like a okay. I see the vision. I see the vision. Remember, guys, we are not ranking anything today. This is just reviewing IDs. Corrosion is a 2 coin 39. God damn. The max roll would be 12 plus 20. So it would be 25. So it would be 36. No, 37, 36, 37, 30, 38. 38 on the minor roll at 12 power. Enclair. Jesus Christ. Indiscriminate. Prioritizes characters who've been on the field the longest. I like that. Lose 13 SP and gain attack weight, obviously, same thing. If the character doesn't have the bell tolling, gain the bell tolling. If the character is faster than all the other targets, inflict 3 pride value on all characters once per turn. Jesus Christ, yeah, this has got WoW energy, alright? The big WoW energy. On hit, inflict defense level down equal to the bell tolling on self at the start of this turn once per turn. Raise the target's stagger threshold by 39% of the damage dealt. I wonder what's with the funny numbers. The very, like, special numbers. 50% damage to the staggered characters. Oh my god, this is gonna shred someone. This is gonna shred someone. Inflict re-up count. If this skill consume bell tolling, reuse this coin after attack. Damn! Reuse this coin plus 3 rupture count? Oh my god! This is for Haishu Otis, dude. Dude, this is, guys, this is Haishu Otis's wet dream. It's 13-3, lots of 13s. Oh, I get it! Gain 2 pride resources for every stagger character and 1 resource for 2 of the least incidents. Okay, yeah, this is the... Guys, we love Haishu Otis. Okay, this is the Haishu Otis pick. Okay, if you want Haishu Otis, dude, fucking pick this E.G.O. Cost, it is 4 pride, 2 envy... Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. It is 2 pride, 4 pride, 2 envy, 1 gloom, 3 gluttony, 1 lust. I think it's pretty cheap. Is that pretty cheap for a while? That might be pretty cheap for a while. Sin resistances, it makes you endure... ineffective to lust, endures gluttony, and ineffective pride, fatal wrath. Spoilers, don't worry about that. You guys didn't see that. You guys didn't see that. Yeah. So this is killing your whole ass team, bro. Yo, if you have Fell Bullet Yisang, bro, Fell Bullet Yisang loves you. Which is ID 30. It does. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. We're not ranking it. This is the Otis Glaze E.G.O, okay? 3 ineffectives. That's a lot of ineffectives. God damn, this makes you tanky as fuck. Holy shit. Guys, if there's any images now, unfortunately, I cannot change any images now. We're already live. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, there we go. So that's the price style answer. This is fucking strong. Okay. First of all, this is probably busted as hell, okay? The sanity cost do be crazy. This is probably absolutely busted, but it does hurt your team as well. Zitru and Ishmael might be good with this E.G.O. Zitru and Ishmael might love this E.G.O. Unfortunately, it's for Otis, which means Haishu Pack Otis is going to glaze this. This is incredibly strong, but it's also a WoW. So it's you got to remember, it's a WoW. It does have benefits. That was mine. Don't worry about it. I think it's good. I do think it sounds strong. This is one of those which sounds strong on paper, but when you get in the game, you realize it's a lot harder. Because you look at this and you go, oh, I just need the 12 bowling set. Dude, this takes you like 12 turns. Right? Like, this takes you 12 turns to get. So you got to realize, it looks strong on paper, but when you actually put it into gameplay-wise, I bet you it's decent. Like, it's probably still strong, don't get me wrong. You want to have something strong, but... Also, I feel like, are these... effective? This is a bit... do they always have 3 types of ineffective? Maybe? I don't remember. Anyway. That's the Otis. I'm happy with that. Coin power. Yeah, you get coin power up. That shit's definitely busted as hell. Alright, on to the next one. The next one is the We Protect the Good of the Heart Heathcliff. This is Army in pink. Alright, let me go set up this one here. I'm gonna have to grab this one. So Army in pink. Can I just go back here? Question? Okay. This is from Eclipse. Alright. According to the information here, this is obviously an existing abnormality. This is Army in pink. We protect the good of the heart. Description for the abnormality. This is Army in black. Well, Army in pink, Army in black. From Lobotomy Corporation. All the notes I wanted to write will be on the image. Why I chose the AB and Heathcliff art credits and so on. Please read out the notes because I feel like people will go, this isn't right. I do not care. This is just fun. I will read out the notes. Don't you worry. So, overall, nice. Very like it so far. Being effectives and endures. Okay, cool. No, you're good then. Yeah, fine. I just forgot. So, first things first. Let's read the notes. Okay, we have notes here. It says, the reason I chose is Heathcliff and AEIB was because I like them, and I think it would be funny if Heathcliff had a support ego where he's Heathcliff and he's a dick to the other sinners. Well, now, I think that's fair. Half of this is taken right from LobCorp. If you couldn't tell, even the icon. Don't go, this is wrong. I do not care. It was just for fun. Friend who made the art is Flicker of Art on Tumblr. Well, there you go. Flicker of Art on Tumblr. Thank you for this. By the way, very nice. I do like this. This is very pretty. Guys, there's some very amazing artworks that you guys have come up with. Very, very pretty. Let's start with the passive. Let's see. Gain defense level up on Protected. Okay, obviously we're going to read Protected. If ally with Protected loses shield for stagger next turn, lose 10 shield per turn if the shield is gained from Protected. Okay. Once shield health is gone, remove Protected. Ally with Protected attacks on their own, uncontrollable. Ally with Protected gains coin power +3. If ally with Protected gains shield by any other means, remove Protected but does not force stagger. What the fuck? Okay. I'm gonna have to see the skills here. So this is a WoW, 20 cost sanity WoW. Oh my god! This is a very low rolling WoW. This is a what? A 13 WoW? This is a 13 WoW. Before attack, apply Protected on a random selected teammate. Targets allies without Protected. Heads hit, apply Protected on another ally. Protected allies gives unaffected target damage, 50% shield, along with 25 HP and shield. Okay, so that's what the Perfected gives you. +3. No. Yeah, it's kind of like Hong Lu. No. I get. Yeah. It's not like a DPS one. Apply 10 sinking on teammate affected by the Protected. Okay, so the whole point of the hold on. So that's I understand this. This is you are. I think you missed the 55 offense level. I do see the 55 offense level. Okay, so I understand this until you add the offense level. That's true. Yeah. Ooh, a 4 coin, 16 plus 60 negative coin. Okay, let me read this. 5 attack. Okay, hold on. 5 attack weight. I just wrote the shit. No, that's fine. I don't really look at attack. Look, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really look at offense level because I don't know how you're supposed to write offense level. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really care about offense level. Before attack, gain 5% attack damage for amount of protected allies. Okay, so this is the DPS move. Remove Protected of all allies if any. Inflict sinking count 2, 5 sinking, tremor burst after attack. Oh, I see. Okay, so here's how this works. Okay, I understand how this works. Pretty much, what this does is it turns one of your characters into a... So pretty much, the Awakening turns one of your characters into just a powered-up version of themselves. Now, you can't control it. Now, that's probably really bad in, like, focused encounters, but, like, in unopposed counters where you can't really do anything, it's pretty good. It just makes them... It literally just makes someone stronger. Like, if you're just gonna win rate... Like, this is the win rate build. This is the win rate Awakening, right? Like, if you're gonna win rate, just boom. Right? No matter what. And then the Corrosion is, they get 3... Yeah, they get 3 coin power. So that's a lot. That's what I'm saying. This is like, you drop this on someone, and you let them fucking deal with it, right? So if you have, like, a carry on your team that you don't really care about, or, like, you don't need to, like, if you're gonna win rate, you put this on them, they're GG's. And then the Corrosion... I don't really know why you would use the Corrosion, but I think if you just want to... I guess if you want... You know what? This is actually a Zishmael buff, guys. This is actually a Z-Train Zishmael buff. Z-Train buff. We have 4 Envy, 3 Gloom, 1 Lost, 1 Wrath. Okay, very, very decent. I think that's what? That's 8, 9 cost. And the effect is we have normal 08, normal 1.5, fatal, endure, fatal, ineffective. Okay, so it's kind of like it's like a very, very wide spread. Yeah, you do not want to, do not hit -45 on this, okay? You do not want to hit -45 on Heathcliff, bro. Do not hit -45 on Heathcliff. I like the idea. Pretty much TLD the idea. Awakening turns one of your characters into a carry. Corrosion absolutely just kills you. It's pretty much downpour. But yeah, it drops it on your character, and you have to kind of play baby. Like, you have to baby them, because if you lose the Protected, or if you lose the shield, they get fucking cooked. The Corrosion kills, but maybe a bit too much. 5 attack weight. I mean, it's like Yong Long. It's like Ying Long, Honglu. Anyway, I like it. I like the Unicus. Very pretty art. Very W. Thank you for the submission. Now, what the fuck is this? What? Bedman. Isn't this fucking Guilty Gear? Hold on, I'm gonna have to see this. Soup. Ah, fucking course it's Soup. Alright, let me see what this fucker wrote. Okay, why do I see fucking Bedman on my screen? I better see a fucking valid lore reason in this on the sheet. Alright, this is a custom abnormality. Bedmen and their calls. Okay. Jesus Christ, this is a fucking 30-paragraphed age thing. Alright, I'm gonna read this real quick. I got approval from Salmon? And this is my proofreader. If something is going to blame them for not saying I have the excuse of sleep deprivation. Bro, what did Salmon approve? Hey, I didn't approve Salmon of doing shit. Anyway, let me read this. It's just Bedman from Guilty Gear. It was going to be actually a cool original E.G.O with a neat custom abno with lore, but I ended up getting really burnt trying to make the lore in effect, so I just swapped it to Bedman. If it helps, you can just ignore the theming and take it by its stats, okay? If you're curious about the names, it's Shrive gameplay. Okay, I got Shrive stuff. Possibly read after reading the E.G.O. Okay, I'll read it after the E.G.O. then. What the fuck is going on in this? Dock his pay. I might. First things first, where the fuck do I even... First of all, I mean, I got... The presentation is... What is this? Originally, this was good, but when I got bored, make it less. Literally, Bedman. Bedman from Arc System. Why is Fireflies from Owl City credited? What? What is this? Is this memes? Is this Bedman memes? Is this Bedman memes? Have some memes you won't understand. Okay, well, I don't understand Bedman memes. Well, if any of you know Bedman, here's some Bedman memes. What's in the circle? See this circle? He was listening to Fireflies. Alright, let's, where the fuck's the passive? For every unique negative effect on self, gain Clash Power. Okay, that's cool. It's like, a Hex Nail. Filler Bed. Yeah, that's the Awakening. Okay, let me read this. Isn't that his sister? Yeah, that's his sister. Why is that Mersault? It's Mersault! Okay, so it's a WoW for Mersault. What the fuck is this? OX10.0. Okay, I assume this is like a passive. At turn start, gain charge and charge count and paralysis. Gain 1 at turn end. I'm just going to call this OX. For each stack of OX, gain base power on all base skills. At 3 plus OX, gain 1 plus coin drop, minus drop at this turn start. At 6, gain 2 plus coin drop and minus coin drop instead. The fuck? At 7 stacks, replace a random skill in this random slot with Call 13 if at 7 stacks at the end of the turn die. What the fuck is this? Okay. 15 sanity, it is a WoW. This is a... What, 24 with minus 3 offense level. The skill can clash but hits no target. The fuck? If the user has OX, use Call 4B9 instead, otherwise gain OX next turn. Okay, so you use it to, like, buff yourself, okay. So this enables you to use the E.G.O. What is the attack type? I guess we don't know what the attack type... Nothing, I guess, on this one. So this is the actual skill you use. This skill does not use resources. What the... That's kind of broken, no? I guess you use the resources on this, so that's fine. 20 base, 36 coin? What the fuck? 56 coin E.G.O, bro. I don't even think an Aleph could hit that high. Consume all charge count and OX, gain base power for every... Bro, you do not need base power for this, bro. What the fuck? Unhit, deal 20% extra damage for every OX consumed. 140? 160? What the fuck? Bro! Consume extra damage for every bro, this is one-shotting Vergilius, dude. Yeah, this is bro's winning against GAQ, bro. This is a wholly unbalanced. I guess he did say it was unbalanced. If 7 consume, remove paralysis on self and reuse the coin. And reuse the coin? If this user has OX, this does not consume base cost, still consumes overclock. Consume all charge count, deal 20% of OX, max 140. 160, so that's the same amount of damage, but it's a 40 fucking... Jesus Christ. Did not read the kit. Calls it unbalanced? What do you mean I did not read the kit? I'm reading the kit right now. It was set... He said it was unbalanced. Wait, what? You know what's really funny though? What's actually funny is that the corrosion is more balanced than the awakening. It's kind of funny. I guess I'll read up here. Cost 3, 4, 5. Okay, 3 sloth, 4 envy, 5 pride. Yeah, it does self paralysis. It prevents you from rolling heads here. You get you also get coin drop and stuff. It gives you fatal wrath. It gives you pride resistance, fatal gloom, sloth resistance, envy resistance. Full clash power. Yeah, full clash power. Gives you max full clash power. But you lose plus coin drop. You lose coin power. Yeah, and you get a lot of base power, which I don't think bro needs the base power, bro. Have you seen these coins? Oh my god. Regret Bedman, dude. The regret Bedman combo. Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know what to say about this. This seems fucking hella strong. I mean, I guess this does kind of fix it a little bit. Especially because you get paralysis. Yeah, turnstile gain and paralysis. So you can't even use the head roll. Gain 1 at turn end. Yeah, you can't even activate the head roll because you're paralyzed unless you clash, which is used on this. So you have to clash. Yeah. And it says X paralysis. I assume X is equal to OX. This is definitely ALF. But I think it's only AF pre DPS alone. Isn't it possible to use on Clash? No. You use this instead. Oh. Unused if there's OX. I think this would be like before combat. I think it's supposed to... If you have the... So you use the Awakening, right? You use the Awakening and it lets you use the real Awakening. The actual fucking E.G.O. So once you get that, you then, I think, are able to Clash. I don't know. Impossible like a dream. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a lot of text here. I'm gonna speedrun this. So you might think this is a joke E.G.O, and yeah, it's based off Bedman, but it's partially not. Truth be told, balancing, blah, 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 screw it, blah, blah, blah. There's an attempt, balance, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The main utility is pure damage, able to do insane damage by just waiting for the 7 turns or be able to burst it early with corrosion. Like 472 base damage at max. But if you take anything away from this E.G.O, take the custom status. I like the idea of buffing base power and having self-paralyzed to make up for it, I do agree. This was my way, even if it's not really balanced. Is this E.G.O horribly balanced? Yes, no, this is either broken or hell extreme weak, no in between. But personally, I'd rather give unique ideas that are unbalanced so that it sparks creativity. Than make a balancing that does not push more. Also, I love the bed. I can't understand how much I love the bed. Holy glory to the bed. 20 minutes, we're not past 3. We're gonna do fine. I think I do agree. I think this is either horribly broken or it's horribly weak. But I get the idea. Thank you for the submission. Okay, next we have Blade Dance Mersault. Guys, we have so many Mersaults. Everyone loves Mersault. We have so many Mersaults. Okay. On to the next one. Which is Blade Dance. Now, apparently this is a real abnormality already. I don't even remember who this is. But let me have a look. This is an existing abnormality. It is unnamed by ProjectMoon. So this is an unnamed ProjectMoon abnormality. Oh, it's this dude. It's the Phantom dude. Okay, no. I know who this guy is. I fucking hate this guy. This guy fucking ruins all my checks, bro. Okay. A relevant E.G.O. So here's the relevant information. Oh. Sorry, guys. My bad. This E.G.O is based on the Abno to Claim Their Bones theme pack, where you get the E.G.O gift either the Broken Blade or the Fractured Blade. Yeah, so this fucking asshole, pretty much. Let's have a read. First of all, I really like this. This is fucking very pretty. Very pretty art. I like this. Yeah, this is this guy. The Samurai Jack dude. This guy's sick. Very fucking nice art. I love this. This is pretty. Dude, look at that, man. Wow. Let's read the passive first. Also, the credits are here. Here are the credits. I love sharing credits. Passive, Broken Blade. When critically hits an enemy... Is this just the critical... Is this just the Broken Blade passive? Like, the E.G.O gift? When critically enemy, deal additional poise pride damage. If the units of Blade lineage, deal additional poise pride on the damage instead. When activating a 4 pride resonance, apply the passive to all allies. When this passive activates, it effect does not stack with the effect of the E.G.O gift Broken Blade. That's a cool one. I like that. That's actually cool. You can actually... I actually really like that you can spread the passive. That's interesting. I'm kind of fucking... I really like that. This is a he. It's got 25 costs. It is a... Ooh, what the fuck? Okay. 2 coin. This is a 2-coin 18. Calm yourself and let the sword carve to your body. Revival, guys, is this the new Thorkagia? Unfocused volley, attack weight 3? Oh my god. Okay. Combat start. If the first coin defeated the main target, removed the unfocused volley effect. So the next person that gets hit is guaranteed. Yeah, I'll see why. Gain attack weight for every 15 poise, max 2. Cool. It has a, thingy, so that's nice. The first coin always targets the main target. Before attack, gain pride, resonance divided by 3 pride damage. Oh my god! I see why! On crit, deal 100%. But what does Unfocused Volley do? Unfocused Volley will always hit the first target, and then each subsequent coin will target another random target in the attack weight. So, for instance, I'll do some explaining here. So, if I'm Rodion, and I use the volley, and there are 3 enemies here, and I have 2 coins. One coin will always go to where I target, and the second coin will either choose randomly between these 2 or back in the middle. Okay, back to the E.G.O. On crit, deal 100% damage. On second coin, deal 25% damage. Inflict bleed, potency, and count. Okay, love bleed. Bloys, we love bloys. It's random per coin. It is based on the coin. It is not entirely. That's the difference. It's based on the coin. Spend 4 poise to reuse this. Oh no, this is OP. Spend 4 poise potency to reuse this coin. Max 5. If the reuse coins fails to crit, spend 2 poise to spend poise to count to crit. I can spend my poise to crit. Oh no, this is broken. Oh my god. Oh no, this is OP. Okay, let's have a look at the corrosion. This is broken. Let's have a look here. So this is a 40. Oh my god, 40. Okay, it is 25 cost. To be fair, this is a heat. It's 25 cost. 40 cost for the corrosion. Ooh, it's got a little kick. Broken blade, you say. 36 1 coin, decent. Target randomly. Gain slash damage for every 20 poise. That's a lot of poise, but I'm sure modern day poise units can do this. 20k seems possible now, maybe. Before attack, gain pride res, pride power, deal 50% damage. This is, the bleed. On crit for bleed count. Dude, bleed users are going crazy. After attack, deal poise, potency times 2 pride damage, then reduce the potency by half. I actually think this is not that bad, except for this last bit here. I honestly think the last bit here might make it a bit much. I think if you weren't forced to, okay, 5 coins might be a bit much. I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe if it was like 2 coins, I think it'd be more fair. But that's not why I'm here for the watch. Actually, I do like this. It is hard to feel. Let's have a look. 4 pride, 2 lust, 2 wrath. You do need lust. Lust is hard on a blade lineage team. And wrath, lust. I do like the gimmick. I will not lie. Also, let's have a look at the resistances. Obviously, ineffective pride, endure wrath, fatal lust. That's fair. It will drain the poise stack. That is true. It does require a lot of poise. I will not lie. It does require a lot of poise. Thing 2 isn't much. Yeah, I do think if I personally wanted to change something, I would make this 2 max, and I would probably remove this bit. Is there a fire fist? That is the only. I actually think that's the only thing I would do. I actually think everything else is pretty fucking decent, to be honest with you guys. Who in the blade lineage has lost? Otis, I think, has lost, doesn't she? Shits on MD enemies. Oh, dude, Otis. Yeah, Otis has lost. She's like, Otis has lost. And I don't think Sinclair has lost. Let's look at it. This is the Claim Your Bones E.G.O. This is, dude, Mosol is loving this. I actually really like this. I really like this E.G.O. Big positives to this E.G.O. The next we have Blood-Stained Cotton. Okay. Let's have a look at this. From, who is this? This is from Zen. Okay, Blood-Stained Cotton. Have a look at this. This is an existing abnormality, obviously. This is the Drenched Gossypium, or the E.G.O. Blood-Stained Cotton. Relevant information. The E.G.O is meant to play on the recovery stagger of effect with is meant to play on the recovery of stagger with negative effects, similar to the White Cassipium E.G.O gift. Though I'm not entirely sure if the reward is worth it or ever would be for the actual staggering someone and having them recover with debuffs, while also applying bleed and bleed count. There are also benefits for using the E.G.O on a target that has no stagger threshold to try and make it using it without its gimmick somewhat viable. I wanted to do quotes for when it's used, but couldn't think of anything creative. Also, all uses of bleed keyword are potency unless specified otherwise. That's fair. And the current 2 times bleed max 15 with corrosion formula works like this. Okay, I will read this part after because this requires reading the E.G.O. Alright. First things first, let's read the no special passive, so let's read the passive. Is this for Gregor, by the way? Let's read the passive. On stagger with base attack skills, inflict the target with 2 bleed potency, 2 offensive down, and 2 defensive down when they naturally recover from these staggers once per turn. Each stagger level adds +2 to these staggers. Interesting. When attacking a target with no stagger threshold, instead inflict +4 bleed with the first coin of the skill next turn once per turn. I like that, actually. This is like, I really like that. This is a really nice passive. Pretty much, once it needs Gregor to stagger though. That's the only thing. But I really like that. We'll come back to that more. Let's have a look at the Awakening. 26, this is a Teth. The Teth, guys. I love Teth. 20 Teth. 26 Teth. Pretty low for a Teth, I think. Or pretty average. Actually, no, I think it's pretty good. I don't really remember. It is a Teth. Blood-stained Cotton Awakening. Before attack, gain highest resonant attack weight, max 3. That's supposed to, yeah, fair enough. This is a great Tremor E.G.O. No, honestly, yeah. If a target does not have a stagger threshold, they will receive twice the bleed potency from this skill's on-hit effects. Unbreakable Coin. Ooh. I like it. On hit, inflict 3 bleed potency. On hit without cracking, inflict 2 bleed count. On hit, raise stagger threshold by bleed, max 30. Dude, is this a bleed? A bleed burst, bro? It's a tremor burst with bleed. After attack, if the target was staggered by this skill, they will recover from stagger with the current bleed times 2, max 15. 2 with bleed, so they gain a max of 15 bleed, 2 clash power down, 10 offense level down. Oh my god. Skill and heal self by 10% of damage dealt by this skill. If the skill staggered a target, heal 20% of the skill instead. Oh my god. Bleed tremor, dude. Wait, bleed tremor is kind of OP. I like that. This is like, I'm with this. Dude, 10 offense level is pretty low, pretty high. I would have said maybe 2, but I'll save that for after. I do like this. I actually really like this. This is really sick. Dude, you guys have such sick ideas, man. Fuck this flower, though. I fucking hate this flower. Corrosion is a 2 coin 28. Damn. Targets used with the most bleed. So it's a controllable indiscriminate. Before attack. Yeah, I said that's defensible. Before attack, if a target does not have a stagger, obviously, receive twice the bleed. On hit, inflict 4 bleed on 3 count. Raise stagger threshold by 40. Oh my god, it's better than Tremor. After attack, if the target is staggered, they will recover from the stagger with 25 bleed, 3 attack power down, and 2 fragile. I said offense twice. Misinput. I meant to say defensible. Skill and heal self by 15. This is really just a better lantern. I said offense level, misinput. Misinput. This is busted. Holy shit, that's busted. Holy shit. Okay, I mean, you have to corrode. And I mean, no, you have to stagger them, which is actually, it's kind of balanced. This is, dude, I don't want to get hit by this, bro. If I got hit by this, I'd crash out. Gluttony 2. 4, is this expensive for a Teth? 2 Gluttony, 4 Lust, 2 Wrath. And the resources obviously are Lust, Wrath, Fatal. Lust, Ineffective, Pride, Fatal. Dude, I would not want to be hit by this fucking abnormality, bro. Dude, if Gregor ever corroded, dude, I would insta rage quit if this hit me. If this ever hit me in like a corrosion, I would insta rage quit, bro. I would be so molded by if this corrosion hit me, bro. I would insta-rage quit. Which is funny. I do like the idea. I actually think this is pretty bad. I think this is good. My only opinion. It might be a lot. I think it's a bit too much bleed on a Teth. But that's I think a value difference. Also, 10 offensive down, way too much. I would put just leave it at 2. I think or 3 if you want. Clash Power's found. It have to bleed on corrosion, true. And this definitely needs to be slightly adjusted value. But that's pretty good. I do like this otherwise. No, it won't target the team. It does have 3 attack weight though, so you have to check. The corrosion is wrath. Yeah, the corrosion is wrath, and the its last so it actually fuels itself a little bit, which is kind of interesting. I do like it. Very well done, E.G.O. Happy with that. Besides the the slight value adjustments, and I'm pretty happy. Then the effect of being staggered. All right, that's good. Next one. Whoa. Bloody Torment. Bloody Torment. This is an Aleph. Piercing Blood Don Quixote. Jesus Christ. Okay, hold on. We are gonna have to figure out who this is. This is E.G.O. Man, so this is, first of all, gorgeous. Oh my god. Holy shit, this fan art is peak. Okay, let's have a read. This is a custom abnormality. This is the Bloody Torrent. Bloody Torrent is the abnormality that Bloody Mist is from, and it would be Aleph tier. It is the collective fear of both blood and sharp objects. During an encounter, Bloody Torment would inflict a lot of bleed, and would mainly use slash and pierce skills, along with summoning floating swords, spears, or sharp objects. To attack the sinners with single coin unbreakable skills. Piercing blood and slashing blade would be its big attacks. Slashing blade would be a big AoE that's a single coin and unbreakable, and inflicts a metric ton of bleed, while piercing blood would be a skill to utterly kill one sinner at a time. Since I can't edit the picture, I'm just gonna put the changes. Okay, there were some changes here. Corrosion has indiscriminate and targets the unit with the most bleed. Added voice lines. Awakening. Blood rains, blade sings. Ooh, I like that. Corrosion. Bleed. Everything bleeds eventually. I like that. Very. First I gotta look at this art. Damn, dude. Look at that. Damn. All right, let's have a read of this. This is an Aleph. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't know how to judge Alephs. Okay. I don't know how to judge Aleph, so we're just gonna have to, first of all, art. There you go, credit for the artists. Let's have a read of the passive, shall we? Coin power 1 against targets with bleed, potency, count, or unique bleed. Coin power 1 when using a skill that has bleed, potency, count, or unique bleed. Deal 10% damage per bleed, max 100. When this unit gets a kill, all allies gain coin power on skills that inflict bleed, or unique bleed, and +2 clutch power against targets with bleed. Oh my lord. The Torment of Blood. When this unit is afflicted with bleed, gain bleed equal to the amount of bleed inflicted. If the amount of bleed gained is 10 plus, gain bleed on self divided by bleed count. Okay. We will come back to that then when I read the Awakening. Holy, okay. First of all, quite low rolling for a Teth. That's a 24 for a Teth. So let's see what the actual effect is. Because, oh, I see. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. If target has bleed, coin power -3 and reuse the coin. If target has 5, coin power 2 and reuse the coin. If target has 10, coin power 1 and reuse the coin. If target has 25 bleed, reuse the coin. Okay, so this punishes you. I can't, wait, hold on. Is this saying that this is used 4 times in a row? Is this saying that it only triggers on one of these? I think it might only trigger on one of these. If a target has 50 bleed, heal 15 SP. Okay. For 3 turns, lose 20 SP? Oh, so it, oh, wait, so it actually just triggers each time. Oh my god, holy shit. I can't even put that in my brain. Holy, okay. After attack, 3 turns, lose 20 SP a turn. 20 SP a turn is a lot, especially when, you know, a turn. That's net negative. If target has bleed, inflict bleed count. If target has 5 bleed, gain offense level. If target has 10 bleed, gain attack power. If target has 25, inflict the Torment of Blood. Inflict 5 bleed. Kill, unkill, randomly inflict the target's bleed, potency, and count against all sinners. Actually, a pretty balanced Awakening here. This is fucking crazy. So how much is this? Let's have a look, guys. Let's think about this. So, hold on, someone put it in. 12, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6? Is it? Because it would be more, right? It would be 24, and then it would be 29, 24. Then it's minus 9, so 24 plus 9. That's, oh, I'm not even gonna count that, because that's too much additions for me. You get 5 attacks. Oh, because it reuses! Oh my god, you're right! It reuses. I didn't even think of that. Oh my god, I thought it only triggered once. No, it triggers 5 times. And then when you're inflicted with bleed, you gain more bleed. Oh my god. Have a look at this. Piercing blood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this is Aleph, so this could be very logical. Like, I mean, have you seen some of the wows? This will kill. Yeah, definitely. This is a 5 coin 36. If target doesn't have 50 bleed, power, coin power plus 5, and remove the last coin. If target doesn't have 25 bleed, coin power 4, remove the 4th coin. If target doesn't have bleed, 10 plus bleed, remove the 3rd coin. Target doesn't have 5 bleed, remove the 2nd coin. Interesting, what? It takes away the coin if you don't have enough bleed on them. If target does have bleed, lose 45 SP, lose 45 SP before attack. If this skill killed the target, gain blood piece equal to the bleed on target, and randomly inflict the bleeds against all enemies. If target has bleed, inflict 5 bleed. If 25 turn count. It's the reverse. Yeah, instead of gaining it, you lose a 25 bleed count. Oh my god. If target has bleed, inflict 12 offense level down, 5 attack power down, inflict Torment of the Blood once per turn, deal 5% damage per bleed. Holy guys, I don't think Ring Sang is chilling after this one. Let's have a look at the resistances. So this is Aleph, but it actually has for an Aleph, it actually has quite a lot of weaknesses. That is only once though, yeah, this is only once. Bed looks child's play to this. Well, Bed wasn't a WoW. Bed wasn't an Aleph. Also, I don't really, yeah. Ineffective, fatal, normal, fatal, ineffective. How much is it? Yeah, so, holy shit. Holy shit. It is 5 envy, 2 sorry. 5 envy, 2 gluttony, 8 lust, and 5 wrath. Okay, that's 20 ego resources. So that no one will cry about bleed count. Oh, also, apparently, this is supposed to be indiscriminate. On the notes, guys, it says, corrosion has indiscriminate and targets the unit with the most bleed. So this is supposed to be indiscriminate, targets unit with the most bleed. Yo, Dante, help me. My Don Gode is fucking tweaking, bro. Yeah, this is strong. I don't really have anything to say about it. I like the gimmick, though. I like the gimmick of gaining coins and losing coins. I think that's cool. But yeah, this is killing Vergilius. Like, Vergilius ain't surviving this one. Very happy about it. Thank you for the submission. Next is Blue Star Singularity Faust. Another Aleph. Oh my god, we got 2 Alephs. Alright. Very cool. We got another Aleph. This is an existing abnormality known as Blue Star. Oh. Existing abnormality is Blue Star. Relevant ego. I tried my best to balance it. Choosing an Aleph ego and having an on-ally kills condition did not make it easy. Okay. Let's have a read of this, shall we? Where's the passive? Passive is here. The effect activates if the user has Blue Star. Return gain Blue Star times 5 SP heal and Blue Star times 4 SP loss efficiency. In chain battles, allies joining the fight will gain Blue Star times 10 sanity. At 0 sanity, reduce sanity to 45, gain 10 haste next turn. At 45 sanity, the user cannot die and cannot act until the next turn. What the fuck? Blue Star, base 0, max 4. At 45 sanity, force Singularity to corrode. Well, I hope so. At 2 plus Blue Star, this unit will no longer consume sinking count on hit. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess we just ignored the sinking countdown. At 3 blue star, all allies gain SP heal efficiency. At 4 blue star, on hit, inflict 3 gloom next turn, once per turn, and then inflict blue star divided by 2 additional sinking on skills that apply sinking. Lose 5 sanity each turn. Other allies heal 5 SP each turn. This forces a corrosion at 45 sanity. These edibles ain't shit. Also, that is yes, that is a 24 cost. Can I give us the blue star sound? I don't have it on me, I'm sorry. Wait, I'm corroded. Speaking of, 32 base, this is a 40. Blue star accurate, I'm afraid. Quite blue star accurate. This is a 40 with a 10 offensive level. This is a, okay, wow. Okay, see, this is, okay. That's a lot of sanity, guys. Oh my god. That is a lot of sanity. That's a lot of sanity, man. That's a lot of sanity, bro. That's like 40. That's all my SP, bro. All my SP. How much does Garden of Thorns cost again? Garden of Thorns costs 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Let's read. Coin power for every 5 sinking on main target, max 4. Allies do not lose sanity from ally death this turn. Oh. That's very interesting. Gain number of fight participants. Attack weight. All allies under 0 sanity targeted by this skill. I'm sorry. Allies under 0 sanity targeted by this skill die. Dude, this is Kim Jae-hoon's dream right now. If this skill killed an ally, or any ally, an ally gain allies plus dead blue star. What? It's eating your sinners. No, this is not indiscriminate. This. Oh my god. So it targets your sinners under 0 sanity. I think that's what's supposed to happen. No. Before attack, consume sinking count on the main target to heal 15 SP. If the target is above 20 sinking count, consume an additional 10 count to heal 25 SP. Deal more damage for every blue star on self. Deal more damage for every point of sanity lost in the last 3 turns. Dude, Edgar Family Gregor is loving this E.G.O, bro. It targets everyone in the fight. Yeah, gain number of 5 participants attack rate. It literally hits everyone. Although I think it is supposed to have the indiscriminate attack. On hit, consume sinking count from the target with the most sinking count. Trigger sinking 3 times on each target, spreading the damage evenly. At 20 SP, reuse the coin. At 45 SP, reuse the coin. Wow. Well, guys, I think this is the most blue star thing I've ever seen in my life. It literally just kills your team. Can someone in the court explain to me why am I seeing 70 base power and a 4 coin corrosion? A 4 coin 70 base power after using this skill dies. Combat start. All allies lose 20 SP. For each coin rolled by this skill, all allies lose 10 SP. 0 offensive levels balanced. Deal 5% more damage for every 10 SP that was lost this turn. Oh my holy shit. Is that 600% damage? Is that 600% damage I'm seeing? Deal sanity loss, blue star damage, and inflict 3 flame fragility this turn and next. Bro, I don't think I need the fragility next turn, bro. I think they're dead. Okay, I think they're dead, bro. After attack, all allies that died during the original awakening... Wait, what? Whoa, guys, wait, maybe it's balanced? Whoa. All allies that died during the original awakening will be revived and moved to the frontmost place of the backup order. After attack, all current enemies will be affected by the decaying star permanently. Enemies joining the fight will also be affected by this permanently. All allies currently at 45% SP die. And then here's Decayed Star. Reduce the chance of a coin rolling head by 10. Max 1. All my sinners keep blowing up. All my sinners keep blowing up. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. If any Aleph needed to have aura, the last two, this one and the last two Alephs, it does. Yeah, the fast eyes. Guys, I'll tell you what. If we needed some Aleph auras, these two E.G.Os so far have been great examples of having aura as an Aleph. Faust has 2 ways to blow up. Look, dude, it does its job as an Aleph, guys. Do not let Faust at 45. It's really cool. I do really like it. I physically am unable. The damage only applies to the coin it's on. Oh, onto the coin it's on. I get it. Ah, okay. No, you're fine. So, okay, so this only affects the first coin, this only affects the second coin, this only affects the third coin, this only affects this coin. Faust is eating my sinner. Guys, I think Faust is eating my sinner. But no, this is really sick. Also, it does have 3 fatalities. I'm noticing a trend with Aleph. They have 3 fatalities. Wrath, Lust, Gluttony, but then ineffective to Sloth, Galoot. Oh my god. Oh my god. 025. And then ineffective to enemy. Okay. Very aura farm. I gotta say, dude, you are killing Dante with this one. Incredibly fun aura farming E.G.O. Faust gets a little hungry. I do like it though. I think the gimmick is really cool. I like the fact that it revives allies and also consumes your allies. But yeah, I'm very happy with that one. We are gonna move on. Thank you for the submission. Okay, the next one we have is Carcosa Sinclair. Okay. Carcosa Sinclair. Let's have a look at this. That's fine. It was very cool. Alright, let's have a read of this. So this is from... Yeah. Faust, I have a wife and 12 sinners, please. This is a custom abnormality. It is the King in Yellow. King in Yellow, Carcosa. Description of the abnormality. A lengthy humanoid creature wearing a long yellow robe with a hood. 2 wings also colored, attempting to see this humanoid's body, face, or anything inside the robe will appear as a pitch black darkness. The abnormality seems to float off the ground, but since all anyone sees is black, no one can tell if they have legs. Long exposure or repeated visits to this abnormality will make you mad. The abnormality would be given the risk level of Aleph. This would be both for Lobotomy Corp and Limbus. Oh, Jesus Christ. Relevant E.G.O information. Uses of this E.G.O will make the user more and more mad every time it's used. This can affect people around the user. When the user is around the halfway mark of losing their mind, it seems that they are given a boost in their physical capabilities. The user will always have a yellow outfit on, and can vary from person to person, but a hood is also worn. 2 yellow wings adorn. The user will a varying amount of eyes. A weapon which looks to be made out of a golden branch will also be present. The weapon once again can be a form of vary from person to person, but I will add here that these branches are not golden bows, only a mere imitation. When the corrosion occurs, the user dons the pitch black darkness. Yellow eyes appear inside the darkness. Just like the abnormality, anyone trying to look at the user features will only see pitch black. The attack for the awakening depends on the risk level the E.G.O is at. The user swings their weapon into the air, and a varying number of attacks. Black and yellow waves appear to crash into their foes. The amount of waves increase from 1 to 6 as a Zane, having 1 wave, Teth having 2, so on and so forth. An Aleph at risk 5 waves will crash into the foes, and water will appear on the ground. There's a lot of text in here. Jesus Christ. At the turn end, the 6th wave will occur and stay for as many seconds as the King in Yellow's passive procs. If you have 6 sinners with negative SP, they will stay like this for a while. Okay, I will read the rest of this in after we review this. So, let's have a read of this, shall we? First things first, the passive. The all-consuming madness. If an ally is at or above 25 sanity, lower that ally's SP by 25, once per ally. Every time this E.G.O is used at a He level risk or higher, gain 2 fragile for the rest of the encounter, max 5. For every 5 fragile on self, final power 1. Look at the sin cost. Oh my god, it's baby. 1-1. 1-1. The King in Yellow. Yo, thank you for the follow. Proc every status effect on the field. Procs every status effect on the field without consuming count. This includes burn, bleed, tremor, rupture, sinking. If the sinner has poise or charge, they will follow up with an assist attack. At the end of the turn, this effect is removed for every sinner at the negative SP. When this effect is removed, will be how many times the status effect will proc. This attack can only be used a max of 2 times per sinner. Awakening. Have you found the yellow sign? In Carcosa, dim Carcosa, lost Carcosa. So this is a Zane. Wink, wink. Wink, wink, guys. Wink, wink. This is a Zane. Wink, wink. Before use, gain an increase in risk level depending on how many times this E.G.O has been used in a fight. Zane, Teth, He, Wow, and Aleph. Increase the sanity cost by 5 for each increase in risk. So at max is what? It would be plus 5, 10, 15, 20. So it would be 35. He looks like a baby bird. He looks like a baby bird. Look at him. Increase the resources used by ×2. Max 8 each. So this becomes what? Wait, of each resource used. So that would be, what, 9, 9? So 18. That will turn to 18. On hit, inflict tremor and sinking. Inflict tremor and sinking. Okay, so it inflicts tremor and sinking count, and then tremor and sinking. The second coin is gained before the king. Before the king. Oh my god, that's the king in binds move. He stole the king in binds move. No, I think it just sits in. It just sits in the Zane slot. It just sits in the Zane slot. Inflict sloth fragility next turn, gloom fragility, tremor sinking. On use, gain attack weight. Spend both tremor and sinking on self to deal more damage. If target is staggered and low morale, panic, deal 50% more damage. The king, before the king, gives you 20 bind, and gives you, basically, when you hit someone with the final coin of your attack, you spread the damage to 2 other people. It also gives you attack power. If any allies are lower than 0 sanity, give haste. Awesome. Gain attack weight. Attack weight for every 3 sloth resin, max 2. Gain sloth damage up next. Wait, so does it gain coins? Oh! I got it. I get it. Yeah. This is the, yeah, no. I understand it now. These are not coins. This is what each level of the abnormal of the E.G.O does. So the first, so Zane does this. Path does this. It's like, Magic Bullet. He does this. WoW does this, which gives you reverb, by the way. And then Aleph gives you the King in Yellow. 6 attack weight. Deal an additional 10% damage for each unique status. Inflicts tremor. I like this. Dude, that's sick. And then obviously the King in Yellow prevents you from consuming any status effects. And then we have the Corrosion. Carcosa. 30. 2 coin. Prioritizes allies. If a target is an ally, this deals 0 damage. For every 2 sloth rows, including this ally, inflict +1 sinking count. Inflict 5 sinking, inflict curse. Wait, what? Inflict 10 tremor count by 10 sinking on target. No, it's not 11 attack weight. No. This is really sick. Wait, this is so cool. This is pretty much a Magic Bullet, guys. This is really cool. I like that. Yeah. The Shrinking Ear. And also, does it consume? Does it, like, revert? Yeah, I'm a bit confused about the Corrosion. I think it has something to do with the passive. Or something here. So because this hits your allies. It deals 0 damage. But it gives your allies Sinking, Curse, and Tremor. You can actually spam the Corroded version for 4 sync costs. Cheaper than Sanity. Maybe. This is cool. My only concern with this. I only have one concern with this. Is it... I assume it is intentional. Like, you cannot revert back to an Aleph. Back to a Zane. Like a Magic Bullet, you can consume the bullet, right? And it will take you back to 1 bullet. Here, you can't do that. You get 4 uses of this before it becomes a permanent Zane. A permanent Aleph, which I assume is the point. Turns tremor counts on allies would be good. That is true. I think it's supposed to buff your tremor count. And I guess this works on, Sunshower. Sin resistances. Normal, fatal, ineffective, ineffective. Very simple on the resources. And the resistances. Wow, I really like this. No, this does not replace it. Okay, guys, so think of it like this, okay? Let me get the sheet out. So if you have the slots, right? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. right? This sits in the A left slot here. This is the A left slot. It just sits in here. But it says Zane in the ego. Right, but it's actually, it sits in the A left slot. So you still have a Zane ego here. It only triggers if you use the Awakening version. Ah. Rusty Coin would like to know this ego's location. That is a big fucking true. I really like this. And also, if it's intentional that you cannot revert back to a Zane, I think that's very cool. Because it kind of makes you want to use this very sparingly. Like, you know, once you hit this, you cannot go back down to these skills. So, you know, more situational. I really like this. W's, great Zane ego, guys. Zane ego. Yeah. So you have to use it wisely. Yeah, I like that. Next one we have the Blubbering Toad. No way, we have Blubbering Toad. This is a Blubbering Toad, Cavernous Wailing. All right, let's have a look at this. Love the gimmick. Great stuff so far. Blubbering Toad, Glubbo. We're so blubber back. All right, let's have a read of this, shall we? If it loads, please load. It'd be cringe. All right. This is an existing abnormality, obviously. The Blubbering Toad, Cavernous Wailing Sorrow. This ego is for Sinclair. It is a 10th level ego, has a custom tremor type, and synergy with his persisting Cavernous Wailing. Okay, so guys, this is another Sinclair Gluppo ego. This is a second, this is Sorrow. So the first one's not Sorrow, right? The first one's just called Cavernous Wailing, but this is Cavernous Wailing Sorrow. It's like Red Eyes Open. Yeah, it's like Red Eyes closed, Red Eyes open. So, first things first is the passive. If the Zane Cavernous Wailing ego is used, keep this passive and gain the Cavernous Wailing passive as well. Sinres will not change nor stack. Turn start, apply 5% of this unit's max HP as shield to self and ally with the current shield, apply Blubber Bubble as well. If Cavernous Wailing passives are active, inflict more sinking potency and sinking count each hit. A second Galupper has hit the stadium. The Zane ego. Okay, so this is the fusion passive, right? So it has two passives. It has the fusion. Wait, no, the Zane. No, here's the Zane passive. Passive of Cavernous Wailing. Okay, so this is Cavernous Wailing. Yeah, 2 count is crazy. If this unit has shield, gain protection. Okay, so TLDR, this is the Zane, and then this is the Teth. He becomes Forg. That kills all sinners, including Dante, on corrosion use. Tremor Sorrow. On Tremor Burst, gain sinking by Tremor, divided by 4, max 6, and sinking count by 3. On Tremor Burst, take gloom damage equal to the sum of potency and sinking, and lose 1 sinking count. When hit by skills that trigger Tremor Burst, raise the Sega threshold. Interacts the same as normal Tremor. Tremor Sorrow. Dude, is this the savior of sinking? Cavernous Wailing will be for each risk level. Is this the savior of sinking, guys? This is a Teth, by the way, so. Cavernous Wailing, sorry. 18-8. Oh. 18-8. -1. Before attack, gain Blubber Bubble on self, attack by 2. Inflict 3 Tremor potency and 2 count. Trigger Amplitude Conversion, Tremor Sorrow. Trigger Tremor Burst and reduce the target's Tremor count by 1. Apply 10% of this unit's max HP as shield to self and allies. Okay, so it's a different version of the Zane version. Oh, but look at this, dude. Oh, the corrosion is way different. Are you sure you want to do this in one go? 60 submissions left. How many have we done so far? Surely we've done at least 10 so far, right, guys? Right? Cavernous Wailing. Combat style. Gain 6 sinking and 3 count. Gain sinking divided by 2 attack weight. Inflict Tremor potency and 4 count. Inflict 6 sinking and 4 count. 7. Oh, fuck. Trigger Amplitude Conversion, Sorrow. Trigger Tremor Burst, Tremor Burst. Apply 10% of this unit's HP as Blubber Shield. Very simple ego here. You gotta understand, guys, some ego are much more simpler than others. Like this one is very, honestly, this one I have like literally nothing to say about this. It's super nice. 3 Gloom, 2 Lust, 2 Wrath. And it makes you endure to... Interesting. It makes you endure to wrath and endure to gloom. Fatal to envy and fatal to gluttony. Yeah, it gives you the downpour effect. This is really nice. What's Kim doing here? He's reviewing the IDs with me. He's judging each ID, guys. Simples. Dude, I really have nothing to say. Guys, I have really nothing to say about this because I think it's pretty... Yeah, this is slow read fast. Dude, I'm reading fast, man. What do you want from me? This is pretty simple, but pretty good. I will not lie. Dude, that +2 sinking count is kind of crazy. But remember, this +2 count sounds a lot, but you need to have both. Welcome to Rain World Downpour. I'm very happy with this E.G.O. Very good. I have very little, if nothing really bad to say, or not bad, nothing to critique about it. Love you. Next we have Choir of the Red Wind. Okay, what's Choir of the Red Wind? Let's have a look at this. Choir of the Red Wind, according to the forum post. Hello, forum. This is a custom abnormality named Choir of the Red Wind, the E.G.O Singing Gale. Choir of the Red Wind is the body of a woman with multiple stab wounds, most notably in her throat, which, despite the already rotting state of her body, continues to leak blood. The body, while motionless most of the time, may occasionally be revived by a gust of wind that appears to use the body as some sort of host. During this state, a song so beautiful to the point that it drives those who hear it a weak-willed to pure insanity. On the case that one stays in this state during the extended periods of time, the subject will find the nearest sharpest object, so they can cut their throat open to join the original host in singing and chanting the aforementioned song. Holy shit. That's fucking sick. What the fuck? That's awesome. That's a sick fucking abnormality. What the fuck? Passive. On Clash Win with the Pride Resonance above or equal to 4, against the target with Enthrallment of the Wind, reapply 2 stacks of Enthrallment of the Wind. Enthrallment of the Wind. Max attacks stack 4. Plus power Clash 1. On Clash Lose, apply 2 Fragile max 4. And 2 bleed count on self next turn. Clash lose 1 stack, turn end, lose 1 stack. Welcome back to Pianist. This is an SCP. Aberration of Gebra? Why is everyone saying Gebra? Have I watched Fate? I know about Fate. I have watched Fate, yeah. I'm not a Fate fan though. Awakening. Singing Gale. Aggro 3. Wait, what is this? Is this a Teth? This is a Teth. 20 sanity cost Teth. The second coming of the Red Mist. We have 2 coin. 10-4. It is an 18. Apply highest resonant poise and poise count on the 2 allies with the highest SP. Deal 15 damage to the main target of the skill and 10 SP to the secondary target. Inflict 6 bleed and 2 count, and an additional 1 bleed count when at 5 bleed count. Inflict highest resonant of Enthrallment of the Wind, main target poise. Corrosion. 22 minus 6, 2 coin. Attack by 3. Indiscriminate target. Apply highest resonant poise to 4 allies with the least SP. Deal 20 SP against all targets. Inflict poise, divided by poise count bleed. And max poise count bleed count. Gain poise, inflict highest resonant enthrallment. So really the gimmick is the enthrallment here. I really like this. Gimmick is just the enthrallment. Very simple E.G.O. It's bleed count, poise, it does a little bit of everything. We do a little bit of everything as this Teth. And then you have on Clash Win with equal to that, you gain the stacks, and then so basically, you don't want to lose with these stacks. When you get these stacks, I understand it now. I understand it now. So TLDR. The stack is both a negative and a boon. The stack makes you stronger, but if you lose with the stack, you get hella debuffed. So if you put this on your enemy, right, you make them stronger, but if you beat them, you nerf them really badly. I actually really like that idea. Putting a buff on an enemy that makes them stronger, but the consequences of losing even greater. That's an incredibly... Dude, so many creative ones so far. And we're not even... What, 1/6 of the way done? Oh, I might be cooked. No. That's how quitters think. I really like this E.G.O. Thank you for the submission. Oh my fucking god. Contempt or Faust? Holy shit. Okay. Wow. Alright. That's fucking gorgeous. Let's get the fucking forum sheet open. Holy fuck. This is an existing abnormality, Spiral of Contempt. Contempt or Faust. Designed for the one who grips Faust, but hopefully can still work with the other IDs. Tried to make a support version of Contempt or Ryoshu by making it give Gaze of Contempt to allies. Passive is a reference to the Spiral of Contempt ever-changing resistances. First of all, I love this art, by the way, first of all. Credits to the artist. Oh, Kim Ji-hoon, you block. Kim Ji-hoon's block. There we go. Kim Ji-hoon was blocking the credits. Here's the credits. This is gorgeous. Yeah, this. Oh my god, how do you guys do this? Let's read the passive. That's a lot. We'll have to read. What is this? Is this a WoW? This is a WoW. My rival. On hit, inflict 1 fragility corresponding to the most owned E.G.O resource, 2 times for each target per turn. When hit, gain protection next turn corresponding to the affinity of the attacker's skill. Ah. Wait, that's so cool. Hold on. That's Aura. That's cool. Okay. Let's have a look at this. It is a 20 sanity cost. Awakening is a 12 plus times 7. It is a 2 coin. So it's a 2 coin, which is a 1926. We have combat start. Look upon this grandeur. Look upon this splendor and be pierced with awe. Pretty short. No, it's a very short WoW, but let's have a read. Combat start, apply Lust, Resonance, Gaze of Contempt to all allies that are a part of the Lust Resonance. By the way, Gaze of Contempt gives you damage up, by the way. Per stacks of mana I have. Before attack, gain Lust. Attack weight, max 6. Before attack, inflict Lust, Resonance, Lust, Fragility. How is it possible to compete? Well, that's the neat part. This isn't a competition. This is just a show-off. There's no ranking here. After attacks for 2 turns, lose 10 SP. On hit, inflict bleed count. Inflict 5 nails. Inflict Lust, Resin, Lust, Fragility next turn. Yeah, this is supposed to... So in the wording, it says this is supposed to be working alongside Grip Faust. The 45 Corrosion. Or kneel and surrender yourself to this piercing grandeur. Faust is aura farming. Gain 7 Gaze of Contempt. So yeah, so you gain the 7 Gaze of Contempt, you inflict Lust, Fragility, bleed count, and nails Lust, Fragility. It's a very simple WoW. Let's see what the costs are. 4343. Damn! Damn, they make you work for this abnormality. And the resistance side actually makes you Lust Fatal. Gives you Wrath, Gloom, Pride, and Envy. Wow. Very simple. A very simple WoW, but remember, it has WoW numbers, especially the Corrosion. And it does give you nails. A lot of nails is good, guys. That's like, remember, 1 nails is 2 bleed count. A bit of a cost, a little bit of a cost, but you gotta remember, it does give you, so every nail is 2 bleed count. No, it gives you, every nails, yeah, I think 1 nail is 2 bleed count, right? Or is count equal to the nails? 2 nails is 1 bleed count. 2 nails is 1 bleed count? Or is it 1 nail is bleed count? So this gives a lot of bleed count. Also, it gives you, it's supposed to be a support E.G.O, by the way. So it's not a damage E.G.O, it's supposed to be a support E.G.O with the Lust Fragility. Lust Fragility, the nails, the Lust Fragility, look at that. The Gaze of Contempt. Very good. Very nice E.G.O, it's so pretty. I can't get over how gorgeous that looks. That sleepy? No, it's just a lot of talking as well. Okay. I really like this. Thank you very much for the submission. Next, we have the Corpse-Ridden Tree. Okay, so we have the Corpse-Ridden Tree. By nothing. Okay, so let's have a read of this. Drink some water? I'll drink some water. Okay. This is a custom abnormality. It is called the corpse-ridden tree. The ego is justified hanging. Alright. Hello, Kamui. Today I'll be presenting you my custom ego. Okay. This abno is 2092520, aka the corpse-ridden tree, and is a He-08 abnormality. It's based off hanging trees, used most commonly in the US in the past to, you guessed it, hang people. Said people were commonly bad people who robbed gold from banks. From there, it's pretty obvious why the ego went to Don Quixote. I was thinking of giving it to Otis, but thought otherwise. You can say that on stream? Dude, I can say whatever I want on stream. I'm perfectly fine. This abno will attempt to hang up anybody who has done the crime by grabbing them with its branches, pulling out a rope from its mouth, and then hang them on one of its many branches. Now, you might be asking, but won't that be good because it only targets bad people? Well, if this was a normal city, you'd be correct, but no, this is the city where basically everyone has murdered or caused the death of someone, and the corpse-ridden tree's definition of crime is what would be considered a crime in a regular city. So basically, it targets everyone. Okay. Alright then, I will, I guess let's get to fucking reviewing it then. First things first, let's check the passive. When this unit kills a target, gain offense level equal to the amount of defense level the target had. Nice, very simple passive. We have the Noose, which is a 3-stack. First stack, gain Clash Power down. First stack, gain defense level down every time this unit loses a Clash. Turn start at 3 Noose, gain 1 Fragile this turn. Clash, lose at 3 Noose, consume all stacks and gain 5 defense level down and Fragile this turn and next turn. Does not lose stacks per turn, persists until this unit is dead or the encounter ends. Okay, so the Noose is permanent. Also, here's the art, by the way. Just think of, these guys are actually all, hold on. These guys are all alive, guys. They're all hanging out. Hold on. They're all happy, hold on. They're just hanging out. Don't worry about that. They're all happy, see? They're all hanging out. Alright, Awakening. If you never bothered going to the 3 Noose. Yeah, pretty much. So let's see. This is a He at 20 cost. It is a 16-4, so it's 24. Attack weight 3. Unopposed attacks deal 10% more damage per Noose on the main target. Point power 1 for every 3 total. Defense level down on all targets. On hit, inflicts Noose. Inflict defense level down next turn equal to the total Noose across all targets on each target. Give them a doobie, maybe later. So this applies, so really all this does is inflict defense level down and Noose, which combos with the passive. And then we have the Corrosion, which is a 128, a justified hanging. Clash, win, deal 5 damage for every 3 defensive down across all targets, max 20. On hit, inflict 3 defensive down this turn and next on all targets. Tails hit inflicts 2 more defensive down on the main target. If the skill caused the main target to consume Noose, reuse the coin. On reuse, Tails hit deals Noose on all targets except main target more damage to the main target. Deal offense plus defense level on main target plus offense level down on main target times 2 more damage. To everyone except the main target, max 100. Okay, this is a very simple ego so far. It is a 2 Wrath, 1 Gluttony, 3 Pride. And it makes you endure 2 Wrath and Pride. We're going in reverse? No. This is just normal alphabetical. Fatal, Fatal. I said that. Divide by 2. Anyway. Very simple E.G.O. Very simple E.G.O. I like the noose effect. The noose effect, it's like, it's kind of like, you kind of want to like, you can choose to consume it. You want to save the consuming it. I said times. No, I didn't say that. Look at the corrosion art. What corrosion art? This is the, we already saw the art here. Unless there's more art. Oh. What? Okay, fair enough. This is very bad. Honestly, this is actually, dare I say, guys, quite a very nicely balanced E.G.O. I actually don't think it's quite balanced. I don't really have any problems or concerns, or I don't have any thoughts on it. I think it's really good. I like the noose effect. I like that you know, the best way to do it is kind of holding it down and then consuming it with the corrosion to reuse the coin and do a lot of damage. It's cool. I like this. This is a good one. Very happy with this. We're going to move on to the next one. Thank you for the submission. Okay, another Don Quixote. Puss in Boots Don Quixote. Okay, Puss in Boots. I think that's a abnormality that was cut from the game. Oh. I believe so. This is an existing abnormality. Puss in Boots Don Quixote. Puss in Boots FO224T was an unreleased abnormality in Lobotomy Corporation. It can be found in the art book, so I thought why not make it an actual E.G.O. The abnormality's synchronization passive is a reference on how the Puss in Boots is very, very similar to sync association. Okay. Okay. Let's read the passives. First one. Combat start. If Sync Association South, Section 5, Director Don is on the field, this unit gains the Cat's Sight. Interesting. Sync Association units gain 2 poise at turn end. And then as a second passive, after using this E.G.O, if the allies' HP drop below 1, said unit for 10% of their max HP and direct 1.5 times of all the damage from them to Don Quixote. Don Quixote cannot be staggered this turn. If Don Quixote's HP drops below, heal 100% of the max HP and gain life lost. Ah, she becomes like a tank. We also have some thanks here. Very nice. And here's the little artwork of a cat. But it's only half a cat. What is the Cat Sight? So, lasts for 3 turns, gaining stacks, does not reset the turn count. Turn start, gain 3 poise if this unit clashes against the cat's prey, deal more damage. Life loss, max count 9, can't be removed. Reduce 10% of said unit's max HP per count. Die when the count reaches 9. This is very much a Sync Don Quixote passive, E.G.O, which is cool. I like that. It is a He 25 cost. It is a 15 plus 7 2 coin. I usually don't talk to people, but Thous has challenged me to a duel, so I shall accept. Unused clash power up for every 9 bleed on the target. If this unit has 20 poise, consume up to 10 to gain base power. Inflicts cat's prey, and for 10 bleed, gain 5 poise, and gain 1 Cat's Sight. So this, okay, this doesn't need, so this is just a synchronization. So this does not need Don Quixote or association because you gain the Cat's Sight here. And consume 20 bleed from the target and on 10 poise on self to gain +1 Cat's Sight. Gain 15 poise and 1 poise. Count, inflict heads. Corrosion -5. Humans like you should not last long. Damn, she's horrifying. On use, consume all the Cat's Sight on self and prey on enemy to deal 18 more damage per stack consumed. Gain 10 poise, inflict 5 bleed, and count. If the unit has 10 poise, reuse this skill max 2, and it's a 20 -5. Damn, so you can use this 2 times. Oh my god. I really do like that this is like a synchronization E.G.O. I think that's cool. I like if you have sync association. Obviously, this is better if you have sync South association. The question would be, how do you maintain the poise count? You have to use the awakening, it looks like. Yeah, here. The second coin gives you count. But I think it's really cool. I like that she turns into a tank. She kind of turns into a tank. That's really sick. I like this. I like it a lot. I think it's cool. It does bleed. I was not expecting it to do bleed. And I think the effects are really nice. Very simple. Very simple E.G.O. You know, very simple. And we like that. Thank you very much for the submission. E Capo E.G.O fast. And Ayla fast. Okay. Let us go here. Oh yeah. Fair enough. Let us go to here. This is an existing abnormality. The Silent Orchestra, the Capo. Relevant info. Awakening. When one searches for the truth of the world, one may find themselves transfixed on the most beautiful of melodies. And then corrosions ... It is basically just the E.G.O from library with all the movements, instead of only 3, cramped into one E.G.O. Well, Poker's Night 10, hopefully. Holy shit. Okay, let's read the passives, shall we? Also, I'm gonna start, I'm not gonna start constructing on E.G.Os more because we need time. So, I'm gonna review the kit, give it my general thoughts, and then we're gonna call it there. Just letting you guys know. So, ever-repeating performance. In this encounter, when the unit takes damage that brings their HP to 0, nullify that damage, then immediately end the turn. Interesting. If this above effect was triggered, heal 100% of max HP and set itself to 0, remove 1 negative buff. So this is a free get out of jail free card. Fervent Adoration. Max value 3, all skills become indiscriminate. On hit, deal 5 to 10 damage. Turn and lose 5 times Fervent Adoration SP and lose 1 stack. Interesting. All skills become indiscriminate. This is a 20 costing Sanity Aleph. 10 plus 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So this is, oh my lord, 35. And 5 attack weight as well. Oh my god. Targets the fastest units. If the main target is SP or 0 or lower, deal 5% more damage for every SP below 0. Wow, that's a lot of SP. After attack for 3 turns, lose 15 SP turn end. Deal 20 SP damage. Halve the target's speed next turn. Inflict 2 plus coin and 4 defense power down. Inflict Fervent Adoration. And then if target has Fervent Adoration, stagger them. Oh my god, just stagger them for free? Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay, this is very strong. Alright, but it is Aleph, to be fair. Oh my god, okay. We have a 40 power 5 coin. Indiscriminate targets units with the most SP. If the main target SP is 0 or lower, deal more damage. If target has Adoration, deal 30% more damage. Flash lose 30 final power. Ah, interesting. Deal 20% HP damage. This is also unbreakable coins. What's the cost? 20, so this becomes like a 35. No, this becomes 40. Deal 20 SP damage. Fix target speed to 1 next turn. Inflict plus coin down, minus coin defense power. Inflict 3 Fervent Adoration. If target has Fervent Adoration, stagger. If the target is staggered, kill them. On hit without cracking tails hit. Okay. Sin resources are as follows. 2 Pride, 8 Gloom, 4 Sloth, 2 Lust. Very, honestly, quite cheap. Damn, this is strong. This is just Faust aura farming on everyone. This is very strong, especially because it just insta-kills them or insta-staggers them. And also the resistances are, holy shit. I mean, I guess they were not kidding. This is Aleph. Shit. I mean, look, if Kim Jong-un ever wanted, to add an Aleph, that would be impossible to progress the game. I like the effects though. The effects are really good. These parts though, the part where it's like says insta stagger them or stagger kill them, maybe a bit strong, but otherwise, I really like the effects. Great job. Thank you for the submission. Next we have another capo. In fact, we have another capo literally immediately right after this one. This one is from E.G.O, and we have Okay, this is a, obviously, Silent Orchestra Kappa. This is a second Silent Orchestra E.G.O. Relation to Sinner. The whole performance and art deal really fits Ryoshu, especially that it brings death alongside it. Gameplay-wise, although there's no syncing ID for Ryoshu, it was cool to have such an E.G.O for her, trying to make it very accurate. This one working very similar to Magic Bullet, as it has different attacks depending on the effects, while also having a unique effect similar to Impending Ruin, trying to replicate the sound effects of the pianist and singing machine, with all their harmony obsession. Okay. Holy oh my god, this got, okay, this, Jesus Christ, it's got words. But you know what, I don't think it's actually that bad. Let's read the passive. It's down here. After using an attack skill, inflict 1 break and ruin. On hit with base attack skills, the ally with the least SP heals 2 SP on turn start. If other allies are at 45, gain plus boost and gloom up. Okay. Break and ruin. Units with SP change their power type to Musical Obsession. Musical Obsession, when this unit enters the low morale, gain 1 Gloom Fragility and 1 Pride Fragility. Lose 2 Clash Power against that unit that inflicted this effect. When this unit panics, gain Gloom Fragility, Pride Fragility, and 3 Clash Power against the unit that inflicted it. Units without SP, Gloom, and Pride resistance get lower. The unit targets the SP inflicted this to more, deals more damage, and applies the effect on those without panic types. So I guess to understand the Awakening better, we should read the these. World-ending performance. Max value 5. Used for certain skills. At Gloom Resin, gain world-ending performance. Recover world-ending performance SP max 10. The first movement, deal 10% damage. On hit, gain 3 additional E.G.O resources of random most affinities. After attack, change this unit's physical resistance to ×3. Oh, ×3 / Pierce Blunt. Okay. Second movement, deal 20% damage before attack, gain attack weight, inflict fragile. After this, change this resistance to become Pierce weak. Hold on, I really like the idea of changing your damage type affinity. That's very interesting. Third movement, deal 30%, targets the rearmost unit. Gain attack weight, the following attributes: the unfocused volley. Take 4 SP damage, inflict sinking and sinking count, change your stuff to blunt weakness, reuse the coin for every unit with break and ruin. What the fuck? Plus coin skill base power -14, minus skill -28, plus coin power -4, minus coin power -12. I think that's what you get. I think you get these effects. Okay. Fourth movement. 40% damage. 30% damage to panicking. 3 attack weight. Inflict defense level down equal to the amount of units with sinking. Raise the target's threshold by 10% of its damage, max 60. After attack, change this unit's physicals to 075, 075, 075. God damn. And then you have the finale. Target randomly. Deal 100% damage. Deal 1 for every sinking on all targets, max 300%. Holy shit. If the target is an ally, this deals 0 damage. Before attack, gain attack weight. Before attack, inflict sinking and sinking count equal to the highest res. After attack, call Sinking Deluge. After attack, change all this unit's physical resistances to Fatal ×2. Turn end if the combat hasn't ended, kills this unit. Okay, you don't want to cast Finale. TLDR. This is a 30 costing Aleph. 26 plus 7. Deal 3% for every 2 sinking on target, max 40. Gain world-ending performance and determines the movement place. Pretty much. After attack, 3 turns lose 10 SP. At full Pride Resin, negate this effect. Ooh. Wait, that's such a unique gimmick. Hitting, so you have a minus SP at turn end gimmick, but you can actually lose the effect at a resin, an absolute resin. That's really interesting because it really encourages you to do a resin. Inflict sinking and sinking count equal to the world-ending performance. This is a 44 on an A level, which is actually pretty tame. Indiscriminate, targets randomly. Deal 60% max damage, gain obviously world-ending performance, gain 3 additional resources for 2 random most owned affinities, and then inflict sinking and sinking count. cost is 32553. This is really interesting. And so this is 5, 10, 16, 18. I really like this. It's got unique effects for each one. They're all little mini stuff. Does it have the white noise? It probably does. It's got very interesting effects. What are the sin resistances? The sin resistances are Fatal, Wrath, Lust, Gluttony, Endure and Effective, Sloth, Gloom, Pride, Envy. Ooh, I like this. It's got some interesting gimmicks to it, and I always enjoy these little skills that have bad little mini games in them. I really like it. Thank you for the submission. Don't touch me, Aleph. Okay. I might have already fucked that up because I've touched it already. Aid. Ahem. This is Don't Touch Me. Temptation. Don't Touch Me is the abnormality in LobCorp that can kill your entire facility with one button press. I tried making an Aleph E.G.O out of it, so it probably isn't balanced that well. The only thing that's somewhat balancing is the 5-turn wind-up for the upgraded E.G.O and the amount of E.G.O resources it requires. I also thought it would be funny if Pablo was the reason the button was pressed. Pablo! It does have art from a Twitter here. So there's art on here. Credits by there's a Japanese name and a Twitter link. Thank you very much. So, apparently, I guess in lore, Pablo presses the button. Which is very funny. Passive. After the first issue of this E.G.O, this unit can only use Temptation as Corrosion. Oh no. Turn start, gain 3 E.G.O resources of each affinity. This unit cannot become staggered. Upon allied death due to Don't Touch Me! All allies entering the field gain 4 attack power up and inflict 4 fragile to all enemies. Oh no. Oh, I think I understand how this works. Oh god, hold on. Wait, this might be really funny. Madness, unique sinking, max 20. Deal value of sinking potency and gloom affinity damage. This effect expires after the E.G.O skill Don't Touch Me activates. Addiction. Max value 4. At 1 stack, the Temptation and the third become unbreakable. At 2 stacks, Addiction reduces the E.G.O costs from the third by 2. At 3 stacks, increase the E.G.O level limit of the third trumpet to WoW level. At 4 stacks, gain 20 bind. Look at this. Temptation. 15-6. This is an Aleph. If unit has Addiction, has 2 Addiction, activate third trumpet. If this unit has 4 Addiction, activate Don't Touch Me instead. Gain attack by for every ally on the field. All allies, excluding the user, lose 15 SP. For each point of SP lost, this coin deals more damage. Inflict 2 Madness, or attack gain Addiction. So, when you use the E.G.O, guys, you are trapped in it, so you are only forced to use it. So the third trumpet, if unit has 4 Addiction, activate Don't Touch Me. Instead, ignore the target's defensive skill. This skill does not hit an enemy. Convert an ally's base skills to E.G.O skills of random E.G.O level. Max heat. All E.G.O skills this turn inflict a madness for each coin flipped. Gain 80% rounded up used E.G.O resources this turn from converted base skills. Holy shit, what the fuck? It's button time, dude. And then the corrosion. Don't touch me! 50-50. It's a positive corrosion. Oh my god. Indiscriminate unclashable. Convert all allied base skills to WoW and Aleph level E.G.O skills. Max 2 Aleph E.G.O skills. This unit cannot die by an ally or enemy. Kills all allies excluding the user. At Unbreakable. For every unit killed this turn, increase the damage dealt by 30%, inflict 20 madness to all enemies after attack killed the user. Oh yeah, it doesn't corrode, you're right. It's not a corrosion, that's just the third version. Oh shit. You can activate it at 4 SP. The cost is very expensive, by the way. It is a 664, so that's 12, so that's 16, 20. So it's a 20 cost, but the cost can be reduced by the passive, and it also makes you Wrath Fatal, Sloth Fatal, Endure, Lust, Gloom, and Pride, and Envy. The Corrosion is the third trumpet? No, this is just... Oh, no, this is the third... Yeah, it says Corrosion here. But kind of not really. It doesn't... Because it says, if this unit has 2 addiction, you activate this instead. I think it says Corrosion, but it's not actually the Corrosion. Or maybe it does Corrosion for this. I'll tell you what, guys. Pablo fucking kills everyone. According to the law, Pablo pressed the button, dude. Pablo wiped out humanity. So, can we get an El Pablo in the chat? El Pablo for wiping out humanity. But actually, but besides that, I like the gimmick. Very nice. Thank you for the submission. Next, we have Eternal Oscillation, Don Quixote. All right, let's go grab this then. Oh. Okay. First of all, very pretty. This is a custom abnormality. The March of 10,000 meters. Or metros, yeah. No, it is metros. The March of 10,000 metros. Relevant information. Threat level Aleph. March of the 10,000 metros is a mechanical being which has the appearance of a grand mechanism. Having lost its splendor and running halfway with parts of the body being shaped as different bone structures, with its lower half being a spine. Its torso and shoulders seem still retain its appearance before it started to wither. Its 2 defining traits are the gyroscope, where the other half of its skull should be, and its chest containing an hourglass submerged in water. It's supposed to represent the concept of perpetual motion and how people would have tried numerous times to achieve this and failed. And that real form of perpetual motion is time itself. As it carries on, sweeping the world with its influence unaffected by external forces, and in attachment to that, death is also perpetual. And that being part of the cycle means that we will all eventually die. There's also a lot more yapping here, but we'll maybe come back to that. First, we're going to review. First things first. Very pretty. Very pretty Don Quixote. Love Don Quixote. They're very pretty. Hold on. Cooking. Let's read the passive. This is a WoW. Passive is here. When there is a 3 envy resin including this unit skill that is not a defensive skill, gain 1 centripetal. Skills that spend 2 charge count, skills that consume charge count, deal 10% more damage. When defeating a target with a skill that consumes centripetal, add 1 skill 3 to the list of skills to the next upcoming turn once per encounter. Oh, interesting. Okay. Centripetal, max value 5. Gain offense level up. Gain defense power down. Gain charge count based on the value. At 5 centripetal, when using the skill that consumes charge count, consume 5 centripetal instead and deal more damage. Centrifugal, gain defense level down and inflict 2 charge count when attacked. Take 5% more damage from charge, and defeating an enemy gives you charge and centripetal. It is a WoW with 15 sanity. It is a 5 attack weight, 3 coin, but it's 777. So it's a 29. Coin power 1 if the main target is slower than this unit. Before attack, gain 10 charge count. After attack, lose 10 SP. On hit, give 5 charge count to 2 random allies. At 4 NV, give attack power up. To 2 random allies with the highest charge count. Inflict paralyze next turn, gain central P and haste, and then gain centripetal. The centripetal is pretty much just a really good fucking version of charge. It's pretty much like you want to use you use it instead of charge. I like that. It's a lot. It's really cool. It's like a second charge. And then you have oh my god, the 3 coin corrosion at 30. Target randomly. Gives up to 20 charge count and deal more damage for every charge count consumed. Inflict paralyze if the speed of the target is higher, deal more damage. Inflict centrifugal. If there are targets with charge count, consume their count and convert it into this unit's charge count. At 4 envy, inflict fragile. That is a lot of attack weight. Prithee, join me in this crusade, most noble, and I shall lead thou to an endless adventure. And then there is no respite for us, only a constant movement toward the distant star, until we are buried in the sand. Welcome back, self-destructive purge. Welcome back, load. Load 2.0, but better. Very nice. Let's have a look at the Fatal Wrath, Endure Lust, Ineffective to Gloom, Fatal Pride, with the resource costs being pretty expensive at a 6 NV for Pride 3 Gloom, 13. Counter the Shiax guys. Yeah, it steals charge, which is very cool, and gives it to you. So welcome back, Yearning Makala. Very pretty. I like it. Big fan of this. It's like a buffer, but you're also dealing damage because you give Central Appeal. You could give Central Appeal to your friends, or you could steal it from them. Very happy with this. Very nice. Love the design of everything. Very pretty. And you know what? More charge. Charge certainly needs this. So thank you for the submission. And next is the familiar grin behind the doors. Familiar grin behind the doors. What in the goddamn? Okay. Let me go and find the forum for this. Here we go. Not so cute. Okay. This is a custom abnormality. The Never Alone. So the abnormality is called Never Alone. Gameplay. So this is WoW has 2 effects for corrosion awakening, but they could be combined. Awakening allows you to hide, eat another sinner to heal their HP. Okay, hold on. Now for the E.G.O passive while Sinclair's on it. Lore notes. I'm going to read the lore notes and then we're going to read what the abno does. Lore notes. Never Alone is an aberration of nothing there, but instead of trying to mimic humans as a whole, this one leans into mimicking personal feelings and pleasant memories to lure others and eat them. Never Alone can't move, so it uses illusions of people of its prey love the most. In its dormant state, Never Alone resembles a steel Iron Maiden with spikes and chains. Faint voices echo from within, often calling out to the sinners by using the voice of someone they've lost or missed. When active, it will open the casing and reveal deformed skeleton and a big mouth. Awakening. Don't you want to hear her laugh again? Feeling alone? Come closer. Freaky Sinclair, dude. Yeah, this is freaky. This is a freaky Sinclair. It is a WoW made by Beautiful, and let's have a read of the passive. There's a lot going on, so let's read the passive. While under your mind status effect, copy on hit, head hit, tail hit, crit effects from the hidden ally to the same coins of the skill rating used. Gain bind, gain all skill slots hidden ally used, remove them as soon as hidden ally dies or enters the field. Okay, so we have to figure out who this hidden is. So hidden is this. Recover from the stagger and hide from the encounter unless it's a 4 stagger does not count as death. When returning to the field, eliminate all effects on self. Hidden allies cannot be selected for an attack, or take damage from any source, save for a selected few. Hidden ally units will not progress chain battle order. Okay. Your mine. Allied unit hidden inside heals that flat SP and HP equal to the stack on turn end. When defensive skills used, release the hidden ally. So this eats allies? Yeah, you like merge a unit together. At 0 stacks, kill the hidden allied unit and heal HP equal to that. Max hacks 3. Alright, I think we need to read the... first of all, very nice on the art. This is fucking creepy. Let's read this. Unclashable indiscriminate. Target the unit with the least HP, prioritizes allies. If under your mind status effect, kill the hidden ally unit. +1 ego resources for the ally killed. On hit, target allied unit becomes hidden on turn end. Gain 3 your mind. Inflict 5 trauma to all enemies. Deal 5 SP damage to all other units. Familiar grin. Target the unit with the least HP in a clash opponent has -2. In a clash, copy base power, coin power, amount of coins from an opposing skill. If you're under your mind, kill the hidden allied unit and copy all of their effects to the same coin for every other skill in the chain, and make every coin of this unbreakable. For 3 turns, lose 1 highest ego resources, inflict 4 bleed. On the last coin, deal more damage based on the missing HP. Okay, so I have a general understanding of how this works. TLDR, you pick someone who's at lower HP, and you fucking eat them, and they heal inside of you, but if you leave them inside of you for 3 turns, they die. If you use the ego again while they're inside of you, you die. If you use a defensive skill, you kick them out. And you get buffs for having them inside you. It is really cheap. It is very cheap. It's a very cheap 2/1/1, incredibly cheap. It's in resources. It is Pride, Sloth, and Gloom, Gluttony, Envy. Sanity also is 10 on the Awakening, but 25 here. So very cheap. It's like a very cheap heal, but you could accidentally kill your entire center. Yeah. No. So it actually is quite useful, especially the corrosion. Big fan. I like how it copies the moves that you use, the enemy has inside of you. I like this. How many are we at? 15? I don't know. I haven't been keeping. Let me have a look. How much are we at? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're at 18. We're almost 2/3 of the way. That's pretty good. We're almost 1/3 of the way. We're at 18, so this is going to be 19. Thank you for the submission. I really did enjoy that one. I like the art. Very good stuff. Next is Farm Watch Hung. Farm Watch Hung Lu. Yeah, Farm Watch Hung Lu. Farm Watch is never happening, but here's Farm Watch. Is this the right person? Yep, here we go. What do I think about these submissions? Honestly, guys, I'm really fucking... I'm really enjoying everyone. Like, everyone's submissions are really good. Everyone has had, like, a really unique stuff to it, or it's been, like, quite... Like, I can imagine it. Like, it's very good. I'm very happy with everyone's creativity. Anyway, this is Farm Watch. This isn't really an abnormality, but my process of thinking was Dongrang's FFS and E.G.O was Farm Watch, so this base E.G.O would be the same. What if one of those sinners had it as an E.G.O? Not much information for the E.G.O that isn't on the picture. I like the Hong Lu. Very nice. Let's read the passive. Gain Harvest for 3 turns after using the Time of Harvest E.G.O. When attacking targets with Sinking Overgrowth, gain 3/power. Okay, Sinking Overgrowth. Maximum value of 99 potency and count. Unique Sinking. Gain bind equal to Sinking Overgrowth divided by 10, rounded down. When hit by an attack, take fixed SP damage by the effect's potency. Applies pride damage to abnormalities, then reduce the potency by 5 and count by 1. Harvest. When hitting an enemy, inflict 5 nutrient drain. Can only be triggered twice on target. Expires early if the unit uses defensive or stagger. Nutrient Drain. At round end, take gluttony damage equal to Nutrient Drain divided by 2. Round down. This then heal the units with Harvest equal to the amount of damage taken. Around start Harvest carve the count status. Is a part of the lyrics. Ah, you're doing what you love. That's good. Okay, so this is a he. 25 costs. Very low coin power for a he. Very low coin power, but let's see what it does. Turn all Sinking Potency and count on the target into Overgrowth. Okay, I see why. Inflict 11 Sinking Overgrowth. Okay, I see why. Inflict Slash Fragility equal to the Overgrowth on target divided by 11. Reuse this coin equal to the Sinking Overgrowth on target divided by 33 times. Holy shit, 3 times max per skill. And has 2 attack weight. Corrosion is Time of Harvest. We have one target. What targets allies? If target is below 50% HP, does 0 damage. 30 plus. Gain potency. Gain attack weight equal to the sinking on self. Inflict fragility. Inflict bind. Deal less damage. Heal the target the amount of attack weight. Oh. Inflict sinking overgrowth. It's kind of like a healer. He's got very little glasses on. Okay. Resources are 1 pride, for gluttony 2 for gluttony, yeah. Gloom, not gluttony. For gloom, 2 gluttony, and the resistances are no weaknesses. Ooh, no weak. Oh no, there's a weakness. It's pride. Weak to pride, weak to gluttony, ineffective to lust, gloom, and envy. So from what I'm seeing here, pretty much it's like a support. This is like a support one. And every time you use the ego, you get the harvest effect, and you kind of like debuff. I like this. Is really cool. This is very interesting, especially how it has 0 power. This is pretty much soup. This is lifetime stew. This is a mini lifetime stew. You want it to roll tails. You want it to roll tails so that you can soup yourself. But yeah, very, very awesome. Thank you very much for the submission. Oh my Jesus Christ. Flourishing Gossipium. It's another Gossipium. Okay, let's have a look at this. Alright. We are team building with this one. And this is an existing Abno. This is the Flourishing Gossipium. Okay. The targets for this were chosen virtually by force and a cruel twist of fate, based off their attitude toward a certain quirk of drenched Gossipium in the written abnormality logs, as well as Gossipium's shown affinity towards the sinner. The ego being shown here is 1 out of 2 partner egos, the other one being Flourishing Gossipium Red-Stained, taking inspiration from Red Eyes Open. To summarize how it synergizes, is a loss affinity pierce, primarily focusing on dealing good amount of damage in AoE. Featured in its own buff status that it gains through the fight and interacts with enemies being afflicted with unique bleed. Okay. Awesome. Let us have a read of this. First of all, very nice Heathcliff. He's got like the white hair. He's got the fit on, dude. He's got that shit on, bro. He's the, throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one. Like, goddamn. Notes. E.G.O voice lines. This here is my flower bed. You must be chuffed to see it. Boy, mate, bollocks, don't just leave that like that on me, huh? Are there nobly manners in that noggin of yours? 0 awakening on purpose. And there's some concepts done. Alright, let's have a read of this. It is a 2-coin Teth. It is 0/0. Damage dealt by this skill is fixed to 0. If the main target has 7 bleed count, randomly inflict Gossipium between this target's and bleed count. At 4 res, inflict additional Gossipium. If the said resin was Wrathful, lost, inflict additional Gossipium. Inflict addition, inflict Gossipium, inflict bleed count. If they have 10 Gossipium, activate the bleed, and then inflict bleed count. Main target is target with above the most bleed, activate 1 more time. So this is not a clashing ego. This is supposed to be like a bleed, which is actually kind of interesting because, in a sense, the fact that you can't clash with this ego makes it, well, at least with the awakening, you can't clash with it. No, you can't clash with it at all. It kind of helps keep the bleed up, which is what you want. Ego passive. If there are staggered enemies, unstaggered enemies, then inflict 2 stagger bleed. Like power down. Activates once per enemy. This does not work against enemies that recover from stagger. Gossipium max 30. If this unit recover from stagger or with unstaggered, gain 6 Gossipium. And then gain Gossipium offensive down next turn. Gain Gossipium bleed rounded up than half the effect value. Corrosion. Unclashable. 24 minus 7. Prioritize targets with the most bleed. Deal 5% damage for every 3 Gossipium. 35. Base power 2 for every bleed on target, max 4. If target has bleed, inflict times 2 the effects. Inflict Gossipium, bleed count, find lust, and heal on the main target's damage dealt. A very simple, but I'll tell you what it does its job. It's very simple, you just inflict fucking bleed. You have to unopposed the target. Yeah, pretty much. Very interesting. I like the idea, the concept. Fuck this stupid fucking flower. I hate this dumb ass flower. But I will admit that it's very nice. Thank you for the submission. Next we have Gaze. Gaze Honglu. Okay. This is an existing, obviously this is Schadenfreude, or Shoopy Doopy, I like to call him. What did Gasupium do to me? He knows what he did. This is Shoopy Doopy, the Gaze E.G.O. Look away, chat. Hope you guys are looking away, right? A nuke bleed E.G.O that has 2 unique status effects that help with extra damage, while also helping with clashing. Helps with bleed count too, since there isn't many bleed count E.G.Os that I know of. Synergizes well with Keiko Honglu due to him having aggro, since you want as many units as possible to target Honglu while using this E.G.O for maximum power. Alright, let's have a read. Don't want to provoke it. Passive. Gain protection by the amount of enemies targeting this unit. Holy shit, I can already tell this is the solo carry god E.G.O. Oh my god. Holy fuck, I'm already glazing. Okay. Blinking, max value 5. On Clash, lose against targets with Gaze, lose SP, and gain slash damage. On Kill against targets with Gaze, gain offense level up. On Clash, win against targets with Gaze, reduce stack. Okay. Gaze, take more damage from Blinking. Reduce Clash power by... When Clash against Blinking. When hit by a target with Blinking, inflict bleed. Activates X amount of times. If this unit has Gaze, it cannot be inflicted with more Gaze. On Clash, lose with Blinking, reduced by 1. Okay. You have 5% damage for every time this unit is targeting. This is a... What is this? A he? This is a he. It's got 3 coin, 2 attack weight. Uh, 777. Deal 25% max damage. Gain base power by the amount of people targeting you. Gain attack weight for every people targeting you. -4 power if no units are targeting you. Gain blinking next turn by the amount of units targeting. If you hit a unit that was targeting this character, inflict persistence. Inflict bleed count. If you hit a coin that was targeting this character, inflict persistence. Inflict bleed count. If this coin hits a unit that was targeting this character, inflict gaze. So pretty much you want people to target you with this E.G.O, and then when you hit them with it, you get the buff. That makes it better for them. Better for you to hit them. But then they also have the corrosion, the gaze. 24, 3 coin, that's a lot of coins. Deal 10% more damage, 40%. Gain pace power by the amount of people targeting. If 3 or more units have persistence, gain attack weight. At 10 SP, gain blinking. 25, gain 4. 45, gain 5. 8 base power if no one is targeting you. Inflict fragile on all units with gaze. If all enemies have gaze, inflict 4 up and level down 2. Remove blinking on self after attack. Inflict gaze. Bleed. Inflict gaze again. Bleed and fragile. Inflict gaze and bleed count. And then reuse again at very low HP. I really like this. So this is pretty much a very situational E.G.O. It is, as said, you want it when people are aggroing on you. And the way it works is you inflict them with a debuff and give yourself a buff. And then the buff target is better hitting the debuff target. And you're very incentivized to kill them. Very cool, I like it. It would explain the low power. It is very cool. I'm a big fan of this. I will not lie, big fan of this. There's nothing much to say about it because oh, I guess I have the E.G.O resources. 1 envy, 2 pride, 4 wrath. Very cheap for E.G.O. Okay. I'm very happy with this. Thank you for your submission. Next is Gold Rush Rodion. Gold Rush Rodion. She's so queen in this. Okay. Loading the responses. King of Greed Abnormality. In Ruina, Gold Rush is the most famous for being a mass individual E.G.O that has the user flying through portals to punch a lot of targets. With the Abnormality pages mainly benefiting you for winning, since this is associated with magical goals, but I think it's Tremor more. That is what I focus on the Awakening, while the King of Greed side, the Corrosion, is focused on Bleed, since that's what the King of Greed mainly uses in a fight. The reason the Ego is Gluttony is because the Greed is absent in Limbus, and therefore Gluttony is the most closely fitting. My gold is rushing right now. She's taking all my money. Very pretty art. Very pretty, Radion. Let us read. Here are the credits. Bottom here. It's a queen. What's the order? It's alphabetical. So, Greed. When winning a clash with an attack skill without losing a coin, trigger Tremor Burst. Ooh. And each coin of that skill deals 3 to 7 more damage for each coin. On hit against targets with Bleed Heal. Okay. Tremor Overindulgence. On Tremor Burst, gain Bleed equal to Tremor potency on self, and gain Bleed count. When hit by skills like Tremor Burst reduce it by 1. So this is a Bleed Tremor combo. It is a WoW. It is a 25 rolling, 5 ID plus, 10 sanity. Very cheap. However, it's an unbreakable coin with unfocused volley. Deal max 60% on the sum of Tremor and Bleed. For every Tremor and Bleed, you gain Clash Power 2 to a max of 10. Holy shit. Gain attack weight equal to the number of enemies with Tremor. Use coin 1 and additional... look at that. So you actually use this coin more times, depending on the attack weight. With a coin power of 0. So it just reuses the coins. Boom, 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 boom. 3 turns lose SP, inflicts 6 Tremor, inflicts Tremor count, apply Aptitude Conversion, and then Tremor Burst. That's really cool. I like that. And then the Corrosion is the Bleed farm. So this is the 2 coin, 31, attack weight 5. Indiscriminately, Bleed, inflict count, activate Bleed on target. If you have unique Tremor, activate a Bleed again. And then if the sum of Bleed is 100 or higher, activate Bleed on the target once and then lose Bleed count. So very interesting. I actually kind of really like this. The more attack weight you have, so the more Tremor you put on the enemy, the more attack weight you have, and then that means you get more coins. But you don't get coin power, so you're always stuck at whatever the number is. Boom, 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 when you start jumping back and forth, and the Corrosion is for Bleed. Very pretty. Here's the artwork. Credit right there. Very pretty, Rodion. I would let her be my queen, I guess. All right, thank you for the submission. Next, we have Halo of Raining Bullets. This is a custom one, obviously. Have a look here. Regular. Oh, this is existing. Oh, it's a Fell Bullet. It's a Fell Bullet plus Magic Bullet. Okay. A fusion of Durf Fry Shoots and Durf Blue Shoots. This E.G.O is on Gregor for Fell Bullet relation to the Smoke Wall and Magic Bullet related to Otis. How many more left? Like 40. There's some quotes on here. You shall suffer more than the rest of your comrades, command. May those fiery bullets of vengeance remain in you in hell. It was my bullets. I won't read all of this because there's a lot of words here, but it's just kind of describing the fit of the character. But we will go right into the reviewing. Have I been reviewed yet? Yes, I think it was at the beginning. Near the beginning. That the red mist? Okay. Passive. Gain 2 poise and count for every burn on the target. When attacking with burn, convert 5 potency to inflict Dark Flame. On crit kill, inflict burn count to all enemies. Okay, holy fuck. But this is a WoW, and that's 40 sanity. Holy shit. So, this is 40 sanity. That's a lot of sanity, God. 9999. This attack can attack allies if used below 15 SP. Gain poise for every pride res, and then 10 for absolute pride res. Gain count. On kill, gain 7 SP for every target killed. This coin triggers damage to the main target. So this triggers burn. On kill, distribute targets burn. On kill, gain poise for every burn. On hit, trigger burn again. On critting, grants 2 poise for every target killed. The main target died, revive the main. If the main target died, revive the main target with half HP, inflict burn to self. Holy shit. Count to half of what the main target had before death. Trigger burn. For every dark flame, gain poise for every target killed and evenly distribute it to all allies. Bring him back, bro. Brings him back just to kill him again. If the main target died, reuse the skill and gain 3 attack weight. Can be reused again, but enhances the attacks on their second reuse. Ah, I get it. Okay. So this is the enhanced attack. So when on reusing, this is what happens. It's a 35-14. Holy shit. Prioritize targeting allies first before enemies. 70-10 damage, doubles the target with burn. Give 7 points to all allies next turn for every target kill. Doubles if surviving, if it's a surviving unit. Oops, it just revived Ricardo. And then on kill, inflict 7 burn and count to all enemies. Doubles if it is an enemy to attack. The highs of guilt and despair. Highs of guilt and despair. And you have Rain of Fell Bullets as the corrosion. Holy shit, a 45-4 coin corrosion? Oh my god, this is gonna kill hell. Inflict 7 burn to all targets, double on crits. Deal bonus pride damage equal to half the crits. Gain 7 burn for every target killed, and gain poise equal to half the burn. The costs are 3, 5, 8, 10. It is fatal to envy, sloth, endures, wrath, and pride. Okay. Whew! I will lie. No, I will not lie. I do understand what everything means, so I do like it. It's very cool. I'm a big fan of it kind of being like, the fusion is unique to where you can pretty much comfortably do both of the effects at once, which is very nice. I think it's really funny that I think it's really funny that he just fucking brings them back. That's the funniest part. The funniest part is if you kill with the third card, it brings them back. I think that's the funniest part. Thank you for the submission. Very lovely to see. Big fan of very unique abnormality. Very unique. Next we have Hexnail Heathcliff. Let me get that. This is Herding Teddy Bear Hexnail. And both templates and sprites are made by me. Okay, cool. Passives only make curse activate on enemies that already have curse. Curse works well with the passive because it inflicts a negative effect on Heathcliff. Okay, I'll read that. Hey, look. Very, very cute Heathcliff, I will admit. Here are the credits. Credits for sprites drawn from sprites including Heathcliff to me. Twitter.com, there you go. Enter the contest anymore? Yeah, it's closed today. This is the review day. So we have a Heathcliff. I like the Heathcliff, very nice. Let's read the passive. Fate, please get well soon. When negative status effects are reduced to 0 on this unit, heal another ally with the least HP for 2%. Max 4. When curse is activated on this unit, activate curse on all enemies an additional time, then reduce it by 1. Ah. Okay, I like that. So we have a 3 coin, 2 unbreakable, 25 heat, 24 casting, 2 coin. It is a negative coin. This, units this skill ends, this cannot be staggered from taking damage. Flash lose gain curse. Flash lose gain protection equal to the number of negative status effects. Thank you for the follow, guys. Appreciate it. If the target is staggered or defeated, heal self for 15. Nice. Unbreakable inflict curse. Unbreakable inflict bleed. After attack, if the coin is cracked, reduce all the removable negative status effects and potency and count on this unit, excluding curse, by the amount of curse. Ah. I see. 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 And then we have corrosion. 25, 28. If not overclocked, targets random units, including allies. Through attack weight. Unit, if this skill ends, this cannot be staggered. Yeah, yep. Grant 2 curse protection. Gain 2 curse once per turn. If the target is staggered, defeat a heal SP. Inflict 2 curse. If this coin is cracked, activate curse twice without reducing the target's curse. On hit, inflict nails. Deal some of the max damage, max 75. And if this coin is cracked, inflict 2 more curse. Very interesting. I kind of like this. It wants you to, it really wants you to lose. Which is good, because losing gives you the crack benefit and then the passive effects. Very nice. It's a very forward usage of curse, and I like that. Curse is very interesting status effect, and I do wish it was used more. It is being used more now, so that's very nice. Big fan of this. I love the Heathcliff. I love it's a very cute teddy bear. Love the design of this. It is a 4/4, so very cheap, 8. And the resistances are Fatal Envy, which is funny. Fatal Gloom. Ineffective Pride. Endures Lust. Big fan of this. Thank you for the submission. Onward, we are now onto the Hope-Searing Conflagration Ryoshu. What in the fuck? Okay, let's have a read of this. So, this is a custom abnormality. Hope-Searing Conflagration, the glimpses of flame. Oh, it's glimpse of flame. Okay. Description, an abnormality based on glimpse of flame. E601, abnormality takes the form of a piece of cloth singed in embers. Okay, I like this. I'll read a bit of the lore real quick. There was once a small village in an isolated corner of the world, or perhaps it was the great capital of the world's most powerful empire. One night, a great fire consumed its entirety. Some ran, some tried to save, and others fought to extinguish the fire with all their might. When the morning came, all that was left was a single survivor amidst the ash and ruin, alongside a single piece of cloth, singed in the embers that seemed to give a glimpse into the unstoppable flames of that night. Okay, get right into this. E.G.O passive. All of this unit's coins gain the following effects. On hit, inflict 5 burn and 1 count. I'm fucking sorry. This is just the better fucking Yi-Sang passive. Okay, I like it. I like it. It is a oh my god, it's Aleph. No wonder. Okay, I understand now. E.G.O Awakening. 12 attack weight. 25 cost 26, so 46. This unit's HP does not drop below 1 when using the skill. 1 power for every burn on target 10. If target does not possess burn, inflict burn and 10 count to said target. For 3 turns, lose 20 SP. Dude, this reduces a lot of SP. Unbreakable coin. Inflict wrath affinity damage equal to the burn and count. Oh, it's the glimpse of flame effect. Okay, that's cool. I understand. Okay, I get it. It literally is the glimpse of flame effect. Okay, well, you can't get any more simple than that, right? Like, that's all you need. It just activates fucking burn. Corrosion at 12, attack weight 50. Oh my god, well it is Aleph, so I do understand that. Yeah, minus 30 is a lot. Like, you will corrode with that if you're not careful. Target randomly. This unit does not drop below 1. Coin power 10. Inflict 10 wrath for Jillian on all targets. If target does not possess burn, inflict burn. For the rest of the counter, this unit cannot go above 0 SP. Inflict wrath damage equal to the amount, and then at minus 45 reuse coin. Whoa. Whoa, Asahoy. That's interesting, dude. A E.G.O that prevents you from going above 0 sanity is kind of crazy. I like that effect, though. This is very simple. I mean, look, there's a reason that it's Aleph, dude. It's literally the glimpse of flame. It's very cheap. Well, it's not actually very cheap. It's a 16, but it's all wrath, so obviously you want to feel wrath. And then the effects are fatal, endure, and effective. Very nice, very nice. I do like that. I like a lot of this. Very good. Very good submission. Thank you for the submission. And we'll move on to the next one. Here we have Jailer of Dreams, Heathcliff. Okay. Jailer of Dreams. By a cool... Okay, let's have a look at this. This is a custom abnormality, Jailer of Dreams, the Cage of Pale Moonlight E.G.O. The E.G.O is based off Moonlight Stones from N-Corp and how they are described as having drawbacks. As such, this Abno's theme is sort of a suppress the mental pain of people. This means the gimmick is that it likes to beat people at 0 SP, except the user who should be at low SP. Okay. Also, apparently this E.G.O is supposed to help with Sun Shower. So this might be a Sun Shower buff. Passive. When this unit uses a negative coin skill, okay, yeah, I see the passive. I see the semblance here. Skill level times 5 SP. You lose that. Okay. As you use a positive coin, lose SP as well. Combat style. If this unit is at 25 plus SP, inflict bind. If this unit is at minus 20 SP, gain attack power. Moonlight Shackle. Changes panic type to chained mind. When this unit is in the low morale state, gain sinking equal to Moonlight Shackle and self and sinking count. Then recover SP equal to the Moonlight Shackle on self. Sinking and count equal to Moonlight on self, then remove all Moonlight Shackles. Unit without SP gain sinking count and gloom fragility equal to Moonlight Shackles. Reduced by 2 a turn. This effect is non-cumulative, inflicting it will replace the current effect. Applies the unit without SP. Okay, so you just inflict multiple times. Okay. Let us read the Awakening. It is a WoW. A very cheap WoW. On purpose, probably. 6 attack weight, 3 coin. 35. Oh my god, this does damage. The skill... Oh, this skill consumes 1.5 the base amount of Sin Resource. Okay. Unbreakable. Inflict Gloom equal to Moonlight Shackles. Inflict Count. Inflict Potency. Inflict Gloom, Moonlight Shackles. On self. If this unit roll heads on the first coin, cause Sinking Deluge on self. You'll target SP damage. If the target is at 30 SP or less, deal more damage and then take SP damage. Ooh. Dude, this is Sun Shower's #1 friend, bro. Holy shit. Age of the Pale Moonlight. 20. Ignore the target defense skill. Skill does not hit an enemy. The skill consumes the basic amount of Sin Resource. The skill ignores any change in power or coin. Inflict Gloom Resin Moonlight Shackle. If at 10 SP, for 3 turns lose 10 SP. If at 5 SP, gain Protection. This unit takes fixed SP damage by the skill. Damage cannot decrease the unit's SP. Oh! Wait, I get it. You want... Oh, so the Awakening is for the enemy and